Checkity check. Ooh, that may have been a little hot. Check, check, check. Let me bring down that gain just a little bit. Check, check, check. That should be better. Checkity check. Thank you, Red Ranger. Huh. YouTube looks live. Let me test chat. Yep, it's on YouTube. Is it on Twitch? It did not show up on Twitch. It's supposed to. All. Try again. Test chat 2. There it went to Twitch and YouTube. And we'll post to Twitter. Dang dang all. Nadu is on it. That looks like the right link. You'll notice no banner, no header, Nadu. I'm going to talk to that in just a minute. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy NFTuesday. How the heck are ya? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Darth Wacko made it? Let's go, Darth Wacko. Why does everything seem smaller over here now? Let me try this and this. Oh. Darth Wacko, subscribe, making 1 year. Let's go, Darth Wacko. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chuck, I hope you're feeling better. I saw your tweet, man. I saw your tweet. I hope you're feeling better. Chuck was in some pain. Thank you, Nadu. Appreciate you. Hey, Matthews Ranch. I get to see Matthews Ranch in 2 days. Punked. Not getting political, but hubby military got paid, so feeling bad. Oh, totally fair. Yeah, the government shutdown thing. Yeah. I was scared going traveling that would be a major holdup, and it did seem like the security was a little thin. Getting back on the plane to return from Newark Airport. But there were people there. If they were working without pay, God bless them and thank you. It's a shame that anyone would ever have to do that. But yeah, Matthews Ranch. I did send you my flight info, right, brother? I think I did. I never made it to the ER. Pain subsided before I left that. Well, thank God, but I sure hope it doesn't come back, Chuck. It's a good thing you didn't get stuck in it. Oh, yeah. You know, Nadu, I heard on, what was it, Friday when I was telling people, hey, I'm leaving today to go back home. A lot were saying, I just got like an email from the airline saying I could switch my flight on Monday if I wanted to because of this horrible weather coming in. I don't know what ended up coming of that, what the deal was for everybody there in New York. I hope everybody got out safe and sound and got home. It was a fun trip. It was a fun trip. I definitely want to talk about that today, but not before I give you guys the info on the free NFT. Let me drop this image in here because you haven't seen it yet. Hopefully, I was able to get this file over. We have some problems. I reformatted my PC, and things are good there, but my Mac was still a question. So I've been keeping it off the internet and running virus scans every so often to see if any remnants or anything showed up, and everything was fine until today. There was indeed the virus is on my Mac. So I don't know to what extent. I don't know what the deal is, but I basically have to nuke my Mac now. So I didn't get to do the graphics like I normally do. Here is today's free NFT. I just put it on the screen. Everybody should see it right there. Yeah, hear the revenge. Well, it turns out they found a way now. They have found a way. Anybody tell me what that is? Anybody tell me what that is? It's a little trickier than most of the ones I do. I took the train and my transfer was canceled due to the weather. Luckily, I had family that could get me at one of the last stops. Oh, thank you. Well, Red Ranger, you've nailed it. Blues Boy, you know, I kind of had that in my head at one point that may be a thing, but no, they're not buildings. They're not buildings. Anyone? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Brandy C's on the right track. No, Punked. But you're warmer. It kind of does, doesn't it, Red Ranger? There we go. Cal Laird got it. If we go to the browser there, based on the famous... Oh, there's a free NFT that shouldn't be there. Based on the Nightmare on Elm Street logo, we've got Nerds Unite Positivity. The black background kind of does change things a little bit, so it's harder to see. We've got a hype train going! Thanks to Darth Wacko. I don't know what you did to cue that, but... You know, I haven't done a Goonies one for Nerds Unite. I did one for movie retakes, but Mock and Lazarus also got it? Yeah, there it is. Sure enough. They exist, just not profitable to do market. Wait, what was that in reference to? What was that in reference to, Chuck? Sorry, I blinked. Yeah, so anyway, I put together today's free NFT, which if you fill out the form, I will get distributed hopefully this afternoon or tomorrow. If you should have gotten last week's. Oh, the Mac virus. Yeah. So the Mac virus, this was a very targeted attack, and they tricked me into dragging and dropping something into the terminal, which bypasses a lot of the natural protection of a Mac. I was really stupid. I've said it before, that I fell for this thinking I was working with a friend who wouldn't do me wrong, and it was somebody who had hacked that account. So I'm going to have to nuke the Mac and roll back to factory settings, which is okay. I like it. You know, these things are actually beneficial in the long run. It's just I don't have the time for it, and I don't want to spend the time on it. Right, Nadu? Yeah, there are multiple versions of the Nightmare on Elm Street logo, and this one is kind of it's a different one. But I liked it, and it was very Halloween-esque. So there you go. But anyway, I did get this virus on my Mac. I don't know to what extent it has gone, but I already took good measures to, as soon as I thought things were wrong, I turned the internet off, which everything I read is that's the first thing to do, right? To those devices. And then I changed all my passwords on another device that was not part of the ecosystem. So even if they were able to get in and get access to something like a password, they wouldn't be able to get into important things like bank accounts and things of that nature. Yeah, Nadu, that is true. I'm trying to remain as positive as I can about this. You know, I do get down on things and myself sometimes, but I really try to, go, hey, I'm blessed, God, thank you. So far, there's been nothing has come of this. I think I may have realized in time what was going down and was able to stop it before these nefarious folks got too deep in, or maybe they did get something and they're just not acting right away. I feel like they would, but they just haven't. Is there a way I can get last week's? I was out grabbing WB cups. Don't see any on the market. I need to make these available for everyone to scoop up off of NFT blocks. So I'll add that to my list. Randy C. We could do some giveaways maybe today too. I could mint some more. Previous NFTuesdays. I haven't done a good job as a content creator of making of having a plan, a fully fleshed out plan with these. Like, I put it up for free, you can grab it, that's your perk for being here in the stream. Making it available to those who weren't here in the stream at a reasonable amount of wax to be able to scoop up should be part of it, and then there should be merch based on all of these things. But every time I feel like I've got a pattern down, something kind of in life throws a curveball. Last week's was the Tron one, which I'm very proud of. If we go over here, I can turn it back on to where you can see it. This is not this week's freebie. I'm very proud of how Tron came out. That is Vector, but it very much does not feel like Vector, and it's got some really good details in it. In fact, we went and saw Tron last night, and I loved it. I've heard a lot of people talking smack about it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. Oh, you got that one, Mint 19? Nice, Perplom. Yeah, I try to, in the attributes for every NFT, I put the date it was given out. So if you ever wonder, you can look back at that. Oh, I think so, Perplom saw. We saw it in IMAX. We paid the little extra, well, quite a bit of extra money to see it in IMAX since it was filmed for IMAX, and I really enjoyed it. Right, Nadu. Yeah, I don't have anybody to help out. Exactly. Free NGT. Oh no, that wouldn't work. Free NFT might have helped. I'm kidding. I know it was just a typo. I did see Gary V's. Was it really his movie debut? For sure. There's Tech. I got to meet Tech in person. I got to hang out with Tech. That was so much fun. He is exactly the guy I thought he would be. He was very, very kind to me and Nick and Nessa, and he became our Sherpa to New York. He even would walk to our hotels in the morning and walk with us to Bodega to make sure that we got to the right place and to the con. Super nice guy. Like, I really enjoyed hanging out with you, Tech. Thank you for being so kind when we visited your city. I can't wait to come back. That was so much fun. Maki Lazarus said, I asked my dad about your PC since he was in IT. He said you'd have to start it in safety mode or something and wipe it. Hopefully have it backed up enough. So I'm pretty fortunate, Mocking Lazarus, in the way I do back up my information, that I did nuke the PC completely. Like, I took it down to the studs. Like, I basically, maybe even just the concrete foundation. And totally, like, I followed all the suggestions I could find online to make sure that even sometimes when you reformat a computer, a virus can still remain if it wedges itself in the right place. So I made sure there were no places. I mean, I nuked it and reformatted, reinstalled Windows. It was a lengthy process, but not as bad as I thought it would be. And the PC seems to be running more smoothly now, which is great. So they say, what I've been reading is that you should reformat your PC every 1 to 2 years, which is stupid. It's 2025. Why are we blowing up our machines once every year to 2 years? The PC should be better. Like, the technology should be better at this point. But I don't build PCs. I don't know the inner workings. Maybe it's inevitable that we always have to do this. I've never had to do it with a Mac. This will be the first time. But here we go. Tech said, such a fun time. It was an honor. And yep, he said it was his first time on the big screen. Oh, cool. We know for sure. I did not get to meet Gary V. I was really bummed about that. Given my time frame and what all I had to do, I was there first thing in the morning on Thursday. Got to hang out with Nick and Nessa both Wednesday night and Thursday at the booth there. I ran into Geeky Peoples and Raul, and I met Shep, Walking Miracle, which was great to put faces to names for the first time. Lovely people, all of them. If you guys saw the photo, you're as blown away as I was about Tech. Tech, I thought Tech was a 50-year-old man. Where I got that in my head, I don't know. He was a young guy, but man, I tell you what, you could just feel the positivity and the kindness on him. Like he just emanates positivity. Like, what a great guy. What a great guy. What a blessing to get to meet him. Truly. Nadu said, speaking of NFT, Sully VFriends sent out an email over the weekend about how getting VFriends NFTs are as easy as apple pie. Oh yeah, I saw those tweets, Nadu. Yeah, they've made it very, very easy. They now have a new wallet system they're using, so you don't have to be a pro at all this stuff, and you can buy it. Very smart, because they know the barriers to entry are what keep people from participating. And I just saw a tweet today from Gary saying, hey, we did all this stuff. We got all these products out there, but it all points back to the most important thing we're doing, and that's the NFTs. And that, to me, the man could single-handedly save where NFTs are headed right now. They're not headed in a good place. And I got to tell you, my takeaway from New York Comic Con, I got to see a lot and do a lot, and I'll share with you guys some of the stuff I got for sure, was if you're going to be following a project, follow VFriends. Follow VFriends. If you want to invest your time into something, if you want to invest your money into something that you want to see a return on, that you want to see have longevity, that you want to see continue to evolve, and you want to see another community similar to ours, VFriends. I should have gone heavier in the beginning, but I just wasn't sure. I'll be honest. If Gary was watching, I'd tell him the same thing. When I sat down and watched him do the doodles of the different characters, I was like, nah, I don't see it. Gary, I love you, but I don't see it. And then it has just evolved. He just got the groundwork laid and then has brought in more people and artists and community. And it's just building and building and building. And it's becoming this very cool thing. So if you haven't already, you need to learn about VFriends and get into it. I knew all those cookies would come back to bite us, says Red Ranger. Michael Lazarus, I saw you in line on Thursday, had to rush. Oh, dang, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm sorry I missed you, Michael Lazarus, but I hope you had fun. Nadu said, so if you have to nuke your Mac, would it then be when you reloaded up the return of the Mac? I'm going to sing it now whenever. I'm going to have it in my head. Return of the Mac. That's good, Mac. That's good, Nadu. Perplom Solve said, let me know the next time you're in Atlanta. I need some nice things to be said about me. Well, I mean, that's up to you a lot, isn't it? I haven't been to Atlanta in years. My brother lived there for a while, and I had gone there for work a few times, but the opportunity hasn't come back up in a while. I love Atlanta. Great city. I really enjoyed doing the Coke factory tour and the aquarium and riding on the MARTA, and I stayed at the W Hotel there, which was super nice. I love my time in Atlanta. Oh, Tech had to miss Sunday? Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I got to hang out with Savage and a couple of our other friends, Jimmy and David. That was a lot of fun. Savage, we got to go have 5 Napkin together. Great burger place in New York if you ever go. We went late. They were kind enough to push back their reservation so I could go meet them. But didn't get there till 10:30 p.m. And we were there for a couple hours. We shut the place down, but it was so fun hanging out with Savage. That was the longest I think I've gotten to hang out and chat with Savage in a long time. She got to hear me cursing it up. I got into dropping way too many F-bombs when I was in New York. I had to reset myself when I got back. Funko be stressing you out, Tech, said Red Ranger. Finally back to like 90. Oh no, Tech, what'd you get? What happened, man? Tummy illness or like maybe a con funk or what? Simshu said, the one thing I always look forward to in Atlanta is the Vortex. They have a great black and blue burger and yummy chill. I think I've been there. I think I've been there before. Is it like a older style bar with like stickers and stuff all over the walls? Really well known for their burgers. I think I've been there, and it was delicious. Yo, Dan Asker, what's up? How are you now? Yeah, I did get it. I totally slipped into talking like a New Yorker. You know, I gotta say, I have often here on stream and in person said going to New York Comic Con is different, and it is. It's different than all the other cons. But I didn't feel as much. There's a vibe in New York, and I sensed it when I was in the Funko booth after doing it a few years. It adds a level of stress, and I don't mean this as a negative towards anybody in New York. It's just a different way of life there that I'm not used to. People are much more direct. They're much more. They throw around the F word, and the way they speak to one another from an outsider from Texas feels aggressive. Like that's the word. I didn't feel it as much this year. I thought people were pretty well behaved. The only time I saw anything was at the Topps booth. They had the Disney Topps Chrome. I tried to get a box, no luck. They were going for $150, but selling online for near $2,000. Exactly, Red Ranger. I would have loved to have scored a box because it could have paid for my trip. Of course, I would have been tempted to open it, but I would have had to have sold it. There was some craziness there. There was definitely some craziness there. People like creating a line where there wasn't a line, and then the people in line were mad. And then luckily the people handling the booth did a better job than they did at SDCC of bringing one in at a time from each of the lines to keep it fair. I knew people in both sides of it at one particular time, and it was funny to hear both sides of the tale. Tech said it was flu symptoms, con credit, question mark. First time it's ever happened to me during a con. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I probably should have warned. I mean, you've done it before, but I probably should have warned you. You know, when you do the cons, you gotta. One, I'm very conscious of my hands. Like, I like shaking hands. I like to meet people, and I think that's respectful and just. It's what you do, right? So I make sure to wash my hands a lot, and before I eat, I make sure to wash my hands for like a long time. To be very careful about what I touch. I don't like to touch the handrails in places. Now I've gotten sick plenty, If Ben Feldman and Miss Jessie Star are here, they're rolling their eyes. But I am even very careful. This trip, I only had 48 hours there, so that might have helped. Savage said, I didn't think Sully was going to show up at 10:30 p.m. To my surprise, there he was, IRL. Big fan. Hey, it was so much fun. I wouldn't have missed it. Once I told David, I'm like, maybe. And then I texted him like 20 minutes before, like, I'm definitely in. Once I say that, I'm not going to. Something bad would have to happen. Alex R, 21R, Sully, hope you had a great time at NYCC. Care to let me know your opinion about my situation? I had 5 packages containing my Funkoween Pops. 4 of 5 were sent the same day, and 1 was delayed, but eventually it reached the Netherlands and has been stuck there for a month. Whoa, normally arrives in a week. I sent Droppp an email on the 3rd and the 6th this month, but still no reply. The fact that it's gotten to the Netherlands but stuck is probably out of Funko's hands. At that point, it relies on the postal service there in the Netherlands, I would imagine. So I don't know that they could do anything. That's an interesting question because I'm not familiar with the postal service in the Netherlands. And was that held because of possible tariffs of some kind? I don't know if that's a thing there, or was it held because maybe it was suspicious in some way? Was the label accidentally partially peeled? I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd have to contact your postal service there to get any kind of answer. What's up, Boba James? How are you, my friend? I saw Boba James a few times, and I saw how am I blanking right now? Come on. My brain. Sometimes fires right off, and sometimes not so good. But I saw a lot of people. I saw Boba James a few times. Always a pleasure. Red Ranger, how was the Funko event? It was a lot of fun, and of course a little awkward, just given my history, right? Like, that's the company I love and worked for a while, and now I've not been there longer than I was there, but I still have this strong emotional connection to it. So to see coworkers that I got to hang out with and talk for a long time, and I don't normally get to see, and then also get to hang out with, I hung out with Top Pops and Wasatch, and I met some other influencers that I had not known before. I finally met Bearded Pizza Dude. I've loved his content for years. He came up to me and was like, I've been wanting to meet you for so long. That was really cool. I met a few new employees at Funko that I had not met before and got a chance to chat with them, which was fun. I met the young lady that put on the event, and she not only did a great job, but she had a really good attitude about it all. She was very excited to work for Funko, and I remember exactly what that's like, and I did not impose any of my wisdom on her. I just told her she did a great job. Savage says, yes, Mully banter. Shut down 5 napkins and to finally have the answer to who is the bigger Nathan Fillion. Oh, we had the greatest story. Me and this guy, Jimmy, you guys from the Fanatic community may know him. He's about my age. He's a few months older. I think he and Chuck are almost identical age. We got into a conversation about who's the bigger Nathan Fillion fan, and I won't go into all the details, but the funniest thing came out of it. I was about to tell him the story of why I was a bigger fan, why I thought I was. In that I was at a Nathan Fillion event. He would hold these panels at Nerd HQ where he would auction off stuff. I've been fortunate enough to go to one, and I've watched multiple online. But I went to one, and there was a watch that had been real popular on Kickstarter around that time. I forgot the name of it. Nathan Fillion had gotten one. Either it was gifted to him or he backed the Kickstarter. And then he engraved his signature on it and auctioned it off at one of the cons. It was SDCC, Nerd HQ, probably around 20... I think it was at Funko at that time, or was it right before? So let's call it 2016, I think it was. And I was at that auction, and I was doing a little... Financially, I was doing well in life. So I bid on this watch, and I bid up to like $350, $400, something like that. Turns out Jimmy, the guy we had burgers with, was the guy who outbid me and won. And he has the watch. I was like, I can't believe that all these years we've known each other, it was me and you in the room. I clearly didn't know him at the time. And he outbid me. And I think maybe some other people too, to be fair. It wasn't like he just edged me out. But he ended up winning it for like $550. It was so crazy that he's the guy that beat me out for it. I did not catch the CEO of Funko at New York Comic Con, and I didn't even ask about him. To be honest, I do not think he was there, and that both surprises me and doesn't. Not to talk smack at all. I'm from my perspective, you're a new CEO of a company and you're this the second biggest event of the year. I would think you would try to be there for a day to catch the gist and maybe even talk to some fans. But you also have a very full plate and a lot going on, and maybe even you're being pulled to another area of the world for that weekend specifically. So I didn't see him. I would have loved to. I would have loved to have talked his ear off. But Makalaja says there was a moment between some people at the Post Malone panel. Wouldn't be surprised if it's online. Oh, I'm sure it is. People love to record and post. Post Malone. I saw Post Malone there. That's really good. I didn't see him. I saw he was there with his, was it Big Rig, his comic? Would have loved to have gotten his autograph. That'd have been dope. Alex R21R, shouldn't they still reply to me? Drop support, I received the other 4 packages normally. It would be nice, Alex R21R, for sure, for them to reply. But every company is different about these things, and maybe their thought is table this one for a few days. It's just going to work itself out, and then we don't even have to worry about it. Is that the best? Probably not. Are they working on probably a skeleton crew for customer service? Probably. Not defending them. Just saying that might be what's happening. If I were them, I would respond and say, give it 7 days. We'll look at it again. And then give it 7 days and look at it again. But they haven't. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that. It sucks. I know you'd like to know. What's up, Misty? How are you now? Catching up. Shep, what's up, Shep? I was just talking about you. Glad you weren't here because it was horrible, man. I was talking so much smack. No, I'm just kidding. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you, my friend. You knew I was going to be shocked seeing you because I had this vision of who you were, and you weren't. But I got to say, I don't think I said this in the moment, but you radiated positivity and happiness, and man, I want you to keep that as part of yourself for the rest of your life. You hold on to that. You are in such a great position. If you guys who don't know, Shep is working with Gary V and V Friends. He's on the team. He was there at the booth working. He's doing stuff with their social team online and now at events. And I know how that feels, how cool that is to represent a company you love. And I hope you get to do it for as long as you want. And I hope you would get to learn from the master, Gary V, and I hope you get to I hope you have so much fun. Yeah, you already have the right attitude, my friend. Uga said, got my V Friends account, got to look it over and learn some stuff. Yes, do that. Dude, I'm going to be doing the same, Uga. I'm going to be doing the same. Yeah, the Shep can help us. I was just telling them, Shep, earlier. I don't know if you're here or not, but the one of the big takeaways for me for New York Comic Con was V Friends. If you're going to put your attention, your time, your money into something that you want to see succeed and be around for a long time and grow and evolve and main thing, community. There were so many kind people in that space that started following me since Gary did, and I tweeted about it. I posted my picture of me being there and getting the gold pop from the Gary V booth. I got a bunch of followers that are all V Friends people, and they're all super nice. They're helping each other out with comic books and cards and pops, and they're all just friendly people. And the staff was great. The staff were all very, very nice people. One of the best experiences I had, let's go, we can start in on some show and tell with this. One of the best experiences I had, I was just telling, the night before, so Wednesday night, Thursday night, I got to the V Friends booth. Wednesday night, I was talking with Nick and Nessa. And again, this is no dig at anyone. But we were talking about Thrilljoy and Rocky Moto and Funko and just the state of the world and how things are going and how we see the future for all these companies. And I was like, look, I love Rocky Moto, but I got some problems with things. One is what am I going for? Now with the cups, it makes more sense. There's a checklist there. What I might pull if I were to open this, I have not. I kind of like keeping it sealed. But the bags we got at the con that were exclusives, they didn't have that on there. And if you went up, they had this kind of janky thing designed to say what you might get. I don't know that there's a website where I can go check these things and fill out a checklist. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm chasing, and that's just something that maybe over time, Mike Becker and his team will learn from people and grow, and it'll get better, right? And maybe I'm just missing something. Could be totally me as a collector and an idiot, you know. But what I liked about VeeFriends was we stopped at the booth, and on a couple of occasions, many occasions, I saw them giving out these packs. Hold on. I got my cool binder thing here. Is this the one that I opened? It is. Okay, perfect. So they were giving out these mini sticker packs for free. Check 1 on how you market an item and get people excited. Give them something tangible. Or in my case, free NFTs on Tuesday. Give them something. On the back, it shows you, says how to collect. But people don't read. People don't read. Or if you're like me and you have horrible vision up close, you want to read, but you can't. So I was handed this, and then at the same time that I was handed this, a guy walking around with a giant VeeFriends bag that worked for Gary handed him to us. It was me, Nick Nessa, and a couple other people, and he's like, let's I think Walking Miracle was there. Let's open our packs together. Like, oh, that's cool. So we opened our packs together, and we were all looking at them. And by the way, I got this little guy here. We were opening them all together, and he's like, oh, cool, that's a common you got. All the frogs have a green background. That's a common you got. Oh, that's cool. That's a higher rarity. He was explaining it to us and getting us into it, and he made us open our packs. We didn't flip them, which a lot of people at these cons will just go for stuff and flip it, right? And in there with the sticker, a nicely produced thing showing all the possible mini stickers, talking about the comic books. You got image of Gary there, says you can text him. He puts that in his tweets, talking about the NFTs. This is the customer journey. All the things you want to know wrapped up with a free sticker. It is just brilliantly done. Great marketing, great execution. Do I want more of these? Absolutely. I want to collect the whole set now. I see why Nick and Nessa have been into it so much. But this was just so wonderfully done, and the fact that we had somebody essentially hold our hands and walk us through it was very cool. I'm behind on the chat. Boba said, new CEO has a lot of catching up and other stuff to take care of first, then going to NYCC New York event, I would think. I guess it depends on, like, as a new person in charge of a company, what is your mission? What are you there to do? And to me, I would think getting to know about all the different elements of the company and specifically the fans in a collectibles environment, which he doesn't necessarily know a lot about. Maybe. It doesn't seem like it. He's not worked for a collectibles company specifically. He's worked for big brands that have collectibles. But anyway, I would think you want to know the fans, right? He's got people telling him who the fans are, but do those people really know? I did get to know a couple of the team members marketing a little better, and I was very reassured in there's a real collector in there on their marketing team that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It really was a fan first and then on the marketing team. So kudos to them. I was so close to getting Post Malone's autographs as Michael last year. Dang, that would have been cool. I unfortunately was working when Post was at his booth. Of course, Shep, that's how it works. Nadu said, sorry, just got back. Did you get in touch with Funko while you were... Yes, I did. I talked with them. More on that in a minute. It's just sad it's come to this with Droppp, says Here the Revenge. We'll talk about that in a minute. What is this? Was he also a 55-year-old man? Said Red Ranger. Why are you typecasting us because of Chuck? That's great. Oh, no, Shep, man. Honor was mine as well. What was that? What just happened? Ooga redeemed a super-duper shout-out. I got to do that. Don't let me forget, Ooga. The 52 in Shep 52 is very... my brain went right to... He was either 52 years old and far less likely, born in 52. I didn't ask what the 52 was about. Maybe he'll tell us. Funko Addict Tech. Hey, what's up, Shep? Pleasure to meet you, Savage. Shout out to My Pops. That's right. Nick and Nessa were there, and just the loveliest people as always. They won that trip. Funny that we were both prize winners in different ways. Theirs was and no diss to mine because I'm still super stoked about all that I'm going to show you. Theirs was a fully paid trip, hotel, airfare, the whole nine. They got to go meet Gary Vee. They got to go hang out at the booth. So cool. So cool. Nadu, the resell is the issue I feel with Rockymoto, since you have to sell them as a loose figure and not in its packaging. Okay, so if we're being real, Nadu, I think the packaging is a real holdback on Rockymoto. I agree. I think when I first found out that this was not about Rockymoto at all, but when I first found out that Brian was starting a new company, I sat here, and it might be recorded somewhere, and I said, here's the product to make. Same size box as Funko, window where you can clearly see it, licensed product, and I had a bunch of other opinions. And he didn't do that at first. He made those giant things, and then eventually he made the new ones, which I have one. Got my first one thanks to tech. I'm getting to it, 1 second. I stacked all kinds of stuff on top of it. I got my first Thrill Joy thanks to tech. I got this Batman SDCC exclusive. I was really surprised how light these are. Very, very light. I always loved this. I think this was just a brilliant idea. Instead of just a sticker, the seal I think is very cool. I like the packaging, although it is bigger than a pop. I think it should be the same size as a pop box, because clearly the figures would work, but you have to have different protectors and stuff for it. I know most of you have seen these or already have them, but for me, this is a new experience. So, let's see. Nadu said the resale. Oh yeah, I read that. Shep, those sticker packs were the talk of the absolutely. And you know, look at okay, all in production cost on something like this, and they had tons made, was probably less than $0.25 per package, right? And that it costs a lot of money still to give about a bunch of these for free at a convention, but it is a brilliant marketing campaign. I am now a collector, and I didn't have to spend a dime. Did I? I did spend several dimes, several hundred dimes, in fact. The whole experience was fun and exactly how you do. Right, Walking Miracle's here. I got to meet Walking Miracle. I'm so happy to finally meet you in person. We had some good conversations. Just a lovely human being. Kelly was so upset she didn't get to meet you too, Walking Miracle. She told me to tell you next year. She said next year. It seems like we're planning on it now. I may not be able to keep her away from New York Comic Con. Savage raised his hand. I don't read. I gave my rainbow duck to Nick and Nessa since I'm not worthy. Oh wow. Dang, Savage. See, I can't do that. I collect everything, so I can't give stuff away like that. Punk said, and show your face and kind of introduce yourself. Wait, what was that related to? I don't see the first part of the conversation. You're probably talking about the CEO. Yeah, I agree. Misty, I need help with the V-Friends minifigures. I live nowhere close where they are sold. I'm sure there's some online retailers, but I guarantee if you reach out to Nick and Nessa, Misty, send them a message. They'll know who you are. If not, go, hey, I'm Misty from Sully Streams, blah, blah, blah. They will help you. They know it inside and out. They know it so well. Oh, okay, you're talking about the interaction with Post Malone. I'm going to skip over that. I'll let y'all have that conversation. Chuck, I'm not 55. Hey, Sith or Jedi from Maryland. What's up? Which I was closer to. Tech to Misty, and this is important, says their Whatnot shows are your best bet. And if they are not on, someone in the community is usually on if you look up V-Friends in category, and they most likely will have them. Yeah, that's a good point, too. Whatnot is a great resource. I don't know that there's like fakes or anything in the V-Friends community, but always keep your ear to the ground and make sure you're in the right place. Pickle Rick, what's up? How are you, bud? You're stoked for me? Wait, what did I do? Couldn't go to a better... Thank you, Tech. I appreciate it again, my friend. I'm behind on the chat, I know. Yeah, Funko. I was right, the Funko CEO. I had to order the Man-at-Arms Thrill Joy. I did pick up a He-Man thing this weekend, but it was not Thrill Joy. Savage says, great meeting you, Walking Miracle, and thank you again for the video clip of my Empire Stage Mortal Kombat panel Q&A. That was... Wait, you got on the stage during the Mortal Kombat Q&A? Or you got to ask a question? How fun. Yeah, Chuck, V-Friends does have their own Whatnot. Gary V is on there regularly. There's another thing I got to say about Gary V and everything he's doing. This guy has so much passion and so much energy, and he is on all the time. He's always meeting people. He's always he wasn't always at the booth. Unfortunately, I missed him, but he does it as often as he can. He's on the whatnots. He's doing lives. He's testing new platforms. He's on Twitter. He followed me. Whether that's him or his team, I don't know, but I'm still honored. It doesn't matter. This guy is in it 100%. No, this guy's in it 200%, which is not even possible. Good and you, Comic Zombie. I hope you're doing well. Shep said he really does. You wouldn't believe how active he... No, I get it. I 100% get it. He is... I got to word this... I'm not talking smack, but I've had the opportunity to watch Mike Becker and Brian Mariotti, and now from afar, Gary Vee. And I'd love to see more. I'd like to be able to work at a company with him. Would be amazing, right? To work at VeeFriends would be so cool. There were things about each person that are amazing, but also some things that you're like, shame that you couldn't take that a little further in a better direction. I think Gary's doing it all right. The only criticism I might have is the language occasionally, but he's a New Yorker. And like I said, it's not a bad thing from New Yorkers. I just would like to see him be a little more family friendly just to give his brand even further to reach out. But honestly, I don't think it's much of a hindrance. I think it's doing great. I don't think that he could drop all the F-bombs he wants and these parents are going to be like, look, here's a cute little cowboy, curious cowboy. Here's a little frog. Get the cute little frog. It doesn't really matter. Might as well call this effing frog. It really wouldn't even matter. For the Thrilljoy gift, that's awesome, man. Oh yeah, exactly. It's like a Funko Pop with an egg-shaped head and Funko soda eye. I've heard these comparisons before. Yeah, there is definitely a soda vibe. There's definitely a Funko Pop vibe. There's definitely a unique art form, art style. A lot of things right, though. Is this the final form factor? I don't know. I think it kind of has to be now, because we all know how Pop has worked, and being consistent is so key. He is New York family friendly. That's not wrong. Yeah, I think this is far closer to my original vision and what I said they should do. And I think if they had, I think highly of myself, clearly. I don't. If they had done exactly what I said, I think they'd be even further along right now. But, maybe they couldn't. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they specifically didn't want to. Comic Zombie says it's raining here. I love it. Oh, yeah, me too. This is my favorite time of year. From now through Thanksgiving. Well, maybe through Christmas. Favorite time of year. Just received my silver Jolly Jacko as we speak. Minty. Congrats on securing yours as well, Sully. It's gorgeous. I'm going to show everybody here in a minute. I'm excited. Welcome Miracles, like great meeting you too, Savage. McD, what's up, McD? How are you, my friend? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Miss you, man. Miss you. I'm glad to see your name pop up. We're just talking about my trip to New York Comic Con. About to do some show and tell here. Comic Zombie, I'm on the fence about Thrilljoy. Some of them are great, but some of them feel more like toddlers. Brian, Jungle Bri, pointed out something good. I saw him last night and went to the movie, and he said, Funko has a art style that lends itself to all characters. Good, bad, friend, foe, villain, hero. Whereas the Thrilljoy maybe not necessarily can portray the baddies so well. But I think they'll prove us wrong in the long run. There's the possible chase on that one. That's pretty vicious. It's very cool. We'll see. I think Funko couldn't do it real well in the beginning, and then they got better at it. So I imagine Thrilljoy will get better at it as well, assuming they're around in several years. I don't know what this whole New York Comic Con debacle for their exclusives means. Through the grapevine, I have no hard data, so please don't quote me. I heard that they couldn't do a New York Comic Con booth because their stuff basically fell off the boat in the ocean. So all the product was ruined. They did get some product and were able to do some stuff with $7 a pop and Toy Tokyo, etc., etc. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, so please don't quote me. But I know that in a brand that's trying to build up and get to be one of the top brands, missing out on New York Comic Con really hurts you. Really, really hurts you, especially if you invested a lot of money that you don't get back. or you invested a lot of money, which also means a lot of time that you don't get back, right? Like maybe they can get all those products and have them next year at, maybe they could do Emerald City Comic Con or something. Would be a very smart play of theirs to go to where Funko is not, but we'll see. Don't think we mentioned Priscilla's stuff at NYCC yet. That was definitely a highlight for me. I'm going to show it. I'm definitely going to show it and talk about it. I just wanted to catch up with you guys first. Professor Josh! I'm mostly recovered. Yeah, I slept a lot on Saturday into Sunday and felt very good. I've been taking all my vitamins and my stuff to make sure I don't get sick because I do have a tendency to get it right after a con. But I think I'm good because I'm going to TwitchCon on Thursday, so hopefully that holds. I'm not going to Designer Con. I wish I could, Pickle Rick. It just doesn't work out in the cards for me this year. But for those of you going, have a blast. Rocky Moto will be there. Priscilla will be there. Vivi will be there. There's a lot of good companies going to be there, and individuals. Oh, I saw the new time machine. Well, that's very loud. Savage, thank you for the boots. People ones are not good as thrilled. Oh, so their ability to do just regular people makes sense. So cute, but so menacing, but so cute, said Red Ranger. Gilman and some of the cartoon ones are amazing. Yeah, I've not really let myself get into it. I haven't been looking closely. Your stickers came in, yeah. Oh, before I forget. Quick update on the NFTs. My plan was to distribute all the NFTs for the boarding passes over the weekend. Got into the computer and started to realize with the Mac that there are problems that I'm going to have to deal with. So those are going to be held up a little bit, but I hope to reformat the Mac tomorrow and get the NFTs distributed. If not before I go to TwitchCon, then right next week when I get back. But the art is done, and I even made the NU logo, which I think I can show you guys. Is that saved on my phone? Let me see. I made the NU logo that you'll get as a bonus if you ordered both of the coming soon. Or the boarding soon passes. Did I save it to... Yes, I did. Let me save it to my phone because it needs a dark background. Uh-oh. It's not saving. Let me go back up. I think I may have saved it. Yes. So if you, I'm sorry I have to show this on the phone. If you ordered both sets of the New York Comic Con and TwitchCon inspired boarding passes, you will get this NFT. I took the logo and I decided I'm going to make it like the inaugural one. Should say something about inaugural or first ever. And it combines the colors of the red of New York Comic Con and the purple of TwitchCon into a fun like logo. I think it comes out good. There's a pixelation pattern in there you can't see very well, but I think it looks really nice. So I'm excited to get that to you guys, but please be patient with me as I deal with this stupid phishing attack stuff on my Mac, and I got to reformat it, and then I can jump back into it. There's also a Back to the Future Polly Pocket and Little People. I ordered both. Oh, cool. Polly Pocket is having a moment right now. Chuck said Thrilljoy said it was damaged in the floods of China. Okay, yes, I don't know the story. I thought it was off a boat. I could be wrong, but yeah. If you're going to talk about it openly, anyone like I just did, either tell people you don't know fully about it or cite your sources. I'm just going off what I've heard from chat and a couple other people. I don't know the details. Maybe it was flood in China. That makes more sense, I guess. Thrilljoy posted about flooding from bad storms at their factory, and there you go. That's the source. That's the source you want to go to. Regardless, their stuff was destroyed and not able to be sold at New York Comic Con. Funko Nate, what's up, man? I sorry I didn't get back to you. Wacko said you had a message for me. I replied to him. I totally forget on Instagram. There's this whole held messages area, and I go check it like once every 2 weeks. So I apologize. I didn't see your message there. Savage says, weeks before NYCC, Mortal Kombat tweeted to ask a question to the cast, and it may be answered at the panel. My question was asked, but I was in the room. I was next door at the press room. So my friends were messaging me, are you here? You told me you weren't going to be at the panel, but you just asked a question. And then Walking Miracle messaged me a clip. How perfect. Nerdy night. Decon is great, Comic Zombie. I don't know if you've been to it before. It's awesome. Hey, Curtis Mess. That's what we're talking about right now. How are you, my friend? Professor Josh says, one of the casualties of the flooding was the production of boxes for our October block party. This must be a quote that he's pasted. We pushed hard to find alternate sources and solutions, but ultimately it was not possible to get these made in time. This means we won't be able to block party and Blue's birthday celebration in New York as planned. So they were going to do a party. Good on them. The East Coast is always asking for it, and Brian knew that. So good on them for trying. Comic Zombie, overall, most of Thrill Joy figures to me look like someone dressing up their 2-year-olds in cosplay. Definitely works for the Cabbage Patch crowd, and the limited numbers and chases very smart on TJ's part. Thrill Joy, yeah, I agree with that. With the smart part, the kids in cosplay, I guess I could see that. Nice, Nadu, and your NFTs will match those mint numbers. I kept it all in my spreadsheet, so those NFTs you'll get soon. I guess that's part of the fun, too, is you got the reveal of your sticker numbers. Your NFTs will come after. Oh, yeah, absolutely do that, Savage. I'd love to see it. Love Carl Urban so much. I was at a panel at Dallas Fan Expo years ago, and he was fresh off of Star Trek, one of the Star Trek films, and they asked some really funny questions, but one person asked him to quote the whole, there's like a Judge Dredd oath that he says in the film. It's quite a long, like, soliloquy. Somebody was like, hey, could you do the Judge Dredd oath? And he's like, man, I don't memorize. And then busted into the whole thing. And I was like in awe. This guy memorized all that for the movie, but also was able to do it like years later. And he's just funny, and he's got great hair, and I'm honestly very jealous. No Comic Zombie. We don't. Everything Comic Zombie type should come with a /S at the end. Everything. Okay, we're finally caught up. Let's do some show and tell. So first of all, let's well, of course, and more. Like he's just a good looking dude. Like, right? Let's see. Oh, I got a great sticker from Wasatch. I used my new binder I showed you guys the other day, my new comic book binder. That's very cool. Wasatch gave me an awesome sticker. I gotta find a home for that. Oh, did I knock all those off again? Guess I did. I did the V-Friends booth first thing on Thursday, and while I was there, I was able to pick, I don't even remember how many I got in total. I was able to pick up on a few extra packs of stickers. I gave one to Priscilla, because she asked if she could get one, and then we'll see how many I have. I also got these awesome stickers from My Pops. I got their new stickers. Love it. They even gave me, look at this, they know how much they know me so well. Number 5 out of 100. Really appreciate that. Love them so much. I was able to get, this is from the Priscilla prizes. Oh, here we go. I did get at least 2 unopened mini sticker packs. And I bought my first ever Topps Chrome V-Friends pack. Only 4 cards in there, but I think I'll open that on stream. I got... The day before the con started, I ran into Captain Funmaker, and he took me to an area of the convention. He said, every year, if you go up to this area right before it all begins, and you have the right badge, you'll get a little freebie. And they gave me this awesome V-Friends limited edition mini comic, which I did not open. I got that. So that was there. Then at the booth, I bought 2 of the blind bag comics. I got 2 in the Notorious Ninja. I thought I'd at least double down my chance to get like some sort of chase or something. Oh, 3rd pack of stickers. So definitely going to hold one for you guys. We'll put something in the box game, or maybe even if it doesn't go in the box game, turn that into an extra life thing. Let me make sure I got everything here. Okay, that's all the stuff in the binder. But in addition to that, I also... I don't know how I got this all home. I did not check anything. I didn't check anything on the way there. On the way back, I checked one suitcase, and I carried on this bag and my backpack. And I managed to get so much stuff. I got into the Gary V's booth early, and you could have gone at just about any time and gotten these. But I picked up 2 of the gold Jolly Jackos. I was fortunate enough to be able to get in and get them right away. They only charge $15 for them, even though the piece count $3,000. I think that's supposed to be more than $15. Thank you, Savage. That is my from years ago. I used to do the MS 150. It's a bike ride from Houston to Austin for multiple sclerosis. And does that say a year on there? I can't even make that out. 2009. Yeah, the 25th anniversary. I think I either got this for fundraising or I might have bought that at a booth when we got to Austin. But it's a great heavy-duty bag. I really like it. But for those of you who haven't been paying attention, and I've been singing the praises now for a while, but I'm really all in now. V-Friends, they had this Jolly Jacko last year at the Funko booth and V-Friends, but this year they had the silver at the booth and the gold at the V-Friends booth. I think these are both... Okay, there's a little nick on this one, but it's so minor, doesn't even matter. Pretty minty. What I wanted to actually do was open this and look at the figure because so many people don't ever do that. Where's my handy dandy opener? I feel like I just brought it back in here because I used it for something. Why don't I see it? I've got backup. Here, we'll do this. That bag came back heavy. Yeah, I've been walking with the dog regularly for months now, and just to get back into shape because I did too much sitting for too long. And I was like, okay, I got it. I've been doing my Comic-Con fit in a new way. Let's see if the walking paid off. I did not feel it in New York. I felt great. I felt fantastic. There's a little decal if you open it from the top, which I rarely do, but we may have to. Here is Jolly Jacko. Love that. Love the happy look. Perfect for Halloween. Love the gold. It's like a multi-tone gold. So the shirt, the jumpsuit he's wearing is a little lighter. The shoes are a little darker. The little stem on top of the pumpkin is a little darker. And for you Just the Backs fans, if you must. Ooga, I don't know that you're going to be able to find packs for sale on their website. They've done a lot of stuff with Topps to distribute. Topps Chrome has been their latest offering, so you might be able to find Topps V-Friends or Topps Chrome. Then they also have the stickers, and the mini stickers were given out for the first time ever at New York Comic Con. I did see somebody sold like a 10-pack of stickers for $100. That's a lot because it's only one sticker in there, but wait a little while, and I think those prices will likely come down. I could be wrong. Let's see, were there any other little... There was a little hidden on the bottom in the box. There's the V-Friends little logo there. Is that the very, 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 very black cat? Or what is that? I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. Curtis Massey, that's not true. That's not true. Just punch through the top of the box. Comic Zombie? Comic Zombie needs to be on timeout. Yes, indeed. So I was right. Shep knows. I'm going to seal that back up, and I'm going to open the top if I can without damaging. I do see something. You can almost see something peeking. Oh, I got to get the right angle. Right there. There's a little black tick that at first I thought was like a misprint on the box or something. But per Shep, we need to look and see what that is. There we go. I'm so careful. Oh, little Jolly Jacko in the... Look at there. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So I got two of those, and I carried my own pop protector so I could immediately put them in. We had a good little debate, me and Nick and Nessa, over the proper way to put them into protectors. And they always put them with this fold going down in the front because they don't want to damage or nick the back. And I get that. Totally agree. But for me, when I like to have them on the shelves, I don't like that flap in the front. So I always am just very careful when closing the flap on the back to not nick the box. Oh, wow. Never noticed the decal on the bottom. So cool. Flap in the back. Yeah, it's really cool. Really nice. Well, no, they specifically do. They're like, we tell the customers, yeah, we're going to put them in with the flap at the front. It's up to you. If you want to turn them around, go for it. But we don't want to take the chance of damaging your pop. And they're doing them all day long. So I've been getting one skipped with the locking tab lately. I hate the locking tab. Oh, if you order from Sean at Display Geek, you'll get Collector Protector brand Collector Protector brand are very heavy duty and do not come with the tabs. I felt a couple of other people's protectors that they had brought, and they were very flimsy. I don't know from who, not talking smack about other companies, but I like the Collector Protector ones. I'm going to continue to get those whenever possible. But anyway, vaulted vinyl, I've had theirs before, not bad. Yeah, when I couldn't get Collector Protector, I did get those. But I was able to get 2 of these. I'm going to see what I want to do with these. Maybe one will go to Extra Life, so we can do something fun with that. I would definitely like to get, now that I have Gary V's follow on Twitter, I want to put together a good, simple pitch and drop it in there to say, hey, we're doing Extra Life, we're raising money for the kids, your support would be amazing. And who knows, maybe we get something from him, we'll see. Plus the box they are packaged in are great comic book boxes for cons. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It is the right size, isn't it? The Collector Protector Pop, I see the box over there. Careful assembly avoids any damage on the back edge with the flap. And I hate seeing that flap come down on the front, but to each their own. Yeah, there you go, Randy. Did you at least ask permission before feeling other people's tabs? After the first time and getting slapped, yeah, then absolutely. It's Collector Protector with a K, Sneakwin. The first, instead of a C, it's a K. Darth Wacko, I'm a weirdo. I like the Funko Protectors, both soft and hard stack. The hard stacks are great. They weren't originally. Originally, the bottom would also come off, which was a stupid move. But they eventually got it right. Thank you, Ship. I didn't want to out you by saying anything, but yes, greatly appreciated. Anything you can do without getting in trouble. Don't be the guy that's like, you know, they're like, hey, Shep, shut up about the Nerds Unite Extra. They wouldn't, but I'm just saying. I'm a vaulted vinyl guy as well, says Funko Nate, but not totally biased. Yeah, I mean, once you find something you like and you know it, stick with it. But I will say that on major holidays, Sean from Display Geek often runs a discount. Plus, you can use on DisplayGeek.com. You can use code Sully for a discount anytime you purchase. I think it's 5 or 10%. Sometimes he does 15. So I just bought 150 like a month ago, 2 months ago. Comics, Mortal Kombat with a C. I see what you did there. $7 a pop. Protectors has them, and I don't care for them. Oh, the tabs? Yeah, the tabs. I said flip the tabs. That's what I said. I've run pop protectors trying to pull that. I just cut the tab off. If I find something in my collection with the tab on there, I cut it off. I bought some soft protectors from Display Geek for some of my weird-sized movie I need to. Sean over there is a great guy, though. He's a fantastic guy. He made my figure. Which I don't even have one out. How stupid is that? I gotta fix that. I don't have one of my figures displayed. At all. I just realized that. How dumb is that? Or maybe that would be too conceited to have a figure of myself out on there. Your figures? Yeah, there are multiple. You are correct. I would love it if we could have done more, but the manufacturing costs were just eating Sean alive. He wasn't making any profit, and I gave him my blessing. Like, I get it, dude. Don't make them. If you're gonna take a loss, there's no point. Okay, so I got 3 packs of V-Friends, and I'm gonna open one. I'm gonna keep the other 2 for later, and then just see what happens. Let's see do any of these feel different than the others. This is the one. This is the one. Let's open it and see what we get. Just so you know, sealed on the back. Let me turn this logo off for just a second, in case I can capture this and use the video. All right, we're going to open a pack of V-Friends mini stickers given out at New York Comic Con. They're the New York Comic Con exclusive from Gary V. They smartly gave these away for free to get everybody into collecting V-Friends. And they also did little tutorials around the booth showing you as you open them. Some people got 2 stickers in there. I just remembered. Some people got 2 stickers in their pack. I think depending on the rarity. Oh, I see a different color here. I got the red Selfless Sloth. I think gold was the highest rarity, and that's the one you really, really want. But each one comes with a little sheet explaining the different ones that you could pull. And I did see some checklists online of the full rarity scale and everything as well. This doesn't, I don't think this does say it. Yeah, this doesn't have the rarity on there. But you're looking for the gold, for sure. And I wasn't lucky enough to pull a gold yet. But who knows? I still have at least one more for myself. And then I'm going to hold some of these, at least one back for like Extra Life or something. But look at their Selfless Sloth. And the other one I got, I've already, oh, here it is. The Tidy Troll. So this is my first of my collection for V-Friends, along with the pops I got during New York Comic Con. Oh, it does on the back of the pack? Thank you. My vision is so bad, it's so hard to know. The red is a common, unless it's, I think you said the tree frog all got green. Then there was like a tie-dyed psychedelic that's a little harder to pull, a little higher rarity. And then there's the gold. And there are percentages on there. Maybe you guys can make it out. I can't. You want the gold if you can get them at all. I did see, there was some cool things they were sharing on their social media during New York Comic Con. And one was somebody completed the first set of all gold during the con. They did it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you, Shep, for the commentary and the helpfulness on that. The other thing I got, my first ever pack of Topps Chrome V-Friends cards. I think this was $15 for this. Only 4 cards, but these are highly sought after. The boxes went quick, hobby boxes, blaster packs, all that. Sold out so fast, and luckily they had some at the con. So I'm opening my first ever pack. No way, somebody just had an open gold. They left at the booth, said Tanner. That's crazy. All right, right on the top there, we've got a dynamic dinosaur. Dynamic dinosaur. Love the Topps Chrome. I collected Topps Chrome baseball cards as a kid, so I'm very familiar with the product. Tremendous tiger. I'm not looking at the back to even see what I possibly got. Oh, is that a gold card? Look at that. Skilled skeleton. And that is a V-Friends first ever Chrome. I don't know if that's numbered or anything, but that has got to be a little higher rarity. And last but not least, what do we got here? Oh, another first ever. These are all first Chromes. They're all first Chromes. This one is tough to beat worm from the dirt. Tough to beat a worm from the dirt. Gold only 10%, really? Oh no, that was the sticker on the mini stickers. This one here, I'm not quite sure what the rarities on that one are, but that is a higher rarity card right there. Yeah, Randy said, I hope we see pops of the additional V-Friends characters in the future. I do too. It feels like Gary is positioning himself and his company in a way to work with everyone. He's smart. It's about the IP more than anything. Hey, Priscilla, what's up? Thank you again, Priscilla, for a lovely weekend. Winning the passes was amazing. I had a blast. It was great to see you. Oh, yellow refractor is a blaster box exclusive. It's not gold, it's yellow, but I got the refractor, so excited about that. Priscilla got a pack of the cards. I grabbed her one, so hopefully, or the stickers. So hopefully she got something good. They're doing it right, and you guys know I don't like Walmart, but Gary is working with Walmart so he can get in front of more people, and I get that. I wish he wouldn't, but you know, big company, big guy. He's got to do it. It's a $6 card. Let's go. I'm so glad to hear that. It's good. You only went 2 days. Some artists are having a hard time leaving because of this. I heard that. On Friday, people were warning me. I hope you got home safe. Yeah, that's crazy. Speaking of Priscilla, I wanted to go through and talk about the prizes that I won. Now, I think I made a post for every single booth that I stopped by and picked something up and shared. And met some lovely people in the process and got to know a few different artists that I had not spoken with before. Well, I'll say the word, but I'm not going to be buying anything from that company, Peking. That's as close as it got. Tech said the only one that doesn't have V-Friends first in this series is the Ninja, because they have them away for free. Gave them away for free at last year's New York Comic Con. Okay, interesting. Hi, did you make it home okay? Walking Miracle, says Priscilla. So one of the booths I got to go by, and I believe this was the Kid Heroes. Yeah, it's on there. They did this cool comic book one-shot called Eraserheads that's in the style of Archie. Gave that to me bagged and boarded. Luckily, I had my comic book, but it was my comic book binder, but it was a New York Comic Con exclusive. So big shout out to Kid Heroes for that one. I don't know anything about this comic, sadly. Like, was it a super limited production run, or definitely a variant cover of this comic? It says so right there in very small print. But a very cool looking comic book. He gave me a choice of a couple I could pick, and I was like, I love the Jughead Archie style, so yeah, I'll take that one. One of my favorite people, in addition to Priscilla, as an artist, right next door to her at New York Comic Con was Butts on Things. He was extremely generous. This was one of the prizes that I won. I don't even know if Priscilla knows what I got in here. Maybe she saw it, maybe she didn't. I bought a couple things from him, but the rest of this is all prizes. I got his new Luna, the moon with the butt, and I believe this glows in the dark. Let's see if that's got any glow. Naturally, no. Let's hit it with the black light if we can. Little glow. Let me hold that on there longer. You don't, Priscilla? Okay, you get to learn too. You can see the partial moon. And the camera just doesn't pick it up real well, but it is a yellow glow, which you don't see as often. A yellow-white glow, not a green glow. There you go. You can see it real quickly. Camera picks it up some. I love his stuff, but there's that. I bought that. He gave us, Kelly bought 2 of these already, but we love them so much. I got the Boo Boo inspired LaButt luggage tag, which brilliant, love it. He gave me this set from last year's New York Comic Con that he still had a couple laying around. It's got the bagel with the schmear and the newspaper, the jug of milk and the gum. I love that, so cool. Got this luggage tag of little Lego minifigure inspired. Got this was a New York Comic Con exclusive for you fans. What is this thing's name? I forgot. So I just learned it over the weekend for the first time because I still haven't watched K-Pop Demon Hunters. I need to. I was threatened by several people that I needed to watch it. Somebody's gonna Derpy. There you go. Somebody said Derpy in one of my tweets. I'm like, what'd you call me? I knew what they were talking about, but got this. I love this one. Did I buy this one or did I? No. I just got this one as part of the prize pack. The Bunkin instead of Dunkin', the coffee. I love it. And then he's got the little card backer with the donuts on there. And the bus pass, or the subway pass. With the little, this was very popular at the con because he was giving away some cards or stickers that also had that same design. I love how he has a different take on the exclusive stickers as well. Very, very cool. I bought that one. And I got this. Love, love, love. Fantastic art. His stuff is so good. And then I bought the Blockbuster because I had to have that one. Is it Buttbuster? Block Butter? I don't know what it's called. Does it say on there? Yeah, Blockbuster. The Blockbuster pin. Got that one. And then I bought a pack of mystery stickers, but I'm going to give that to Macy. This was a surprise for her because she loves butts on things. Can I open this without damaging it? Oh, you don't have to rip it. I can show it here. And then we'll give it to, then I'll give it to Macy. It came with the coffee. She doesn't watch the stream, so it'll be okay. But 8. My finger was on the crack. And, a Buttster Bowser. That's hilarious. Oh, sweet. And a Steamboat Willie. So good. I'm gonna put those back in there and then she's gonna be surprised. Yeah, I was very generous of him. I love his stuff, so I'm stoked to have it all. Kelly's already claimed I think the coffee. That one's gonna be hers. I mean, I don't have a place to put all these. I just have this big box of pins right now. Walking Miracle said the Subway Pass one's even more unique now since I think they've moved away from using those cards. Oh, nice. Priscilla said Duncan and Derpy were my faves of his exclusives this year, but the Metro card was probably the most popular. It jumped right as I was reading it. There's I think I've talked about this before. There's a lady on the local news here in the mornings, and she cannot get through a line of reading anything without botching it up. I don't know how she has her job. But I always think, like, is she reading Twitch comments? Are they jumping on her? Like, why can she not get through a sentence? I don't know how she's a lead on their morning news. Doesn't make any sense to me. I also got from Priscilla's booth. I met her early on Wednesday, and she hooked me up with my stuff from her booth. I got to choose 2 figures, which, man. Who dat? Is that Shep? Just subscribe with Prime. Thank you, Shep. 36 months, 3 years with Shep. Come on, let's go. I got 2 figures I got to pick. One was the New York Comic Con exclusive that was also, I believe, over at... oh, come on. I had it on the tip of my... Stormy Vault. This was the clear with the little lightning bolts. I'll see if I can... Can I open this without causing any issues? Yo, what's up, Flantality? I got it right. Priscilla said it was Stormy Vault.
Yeah, baby.
Well, I think you guys have seen it. I'm not going to take it out, but there's the little artwork of it. And it comes with a little sticker and a badge ribbon. Let's pick this up. I like that. That's cool.
That's what she said.
Oh, what's up, Chris VKC? And I got the pink Sune with the sweet treats with the donuts and stuff. This was also a Comic-Con exclusive, and you'll notice for both of them, I got the AP, got the artist proof. In addition to that, I got her pin. She had one version at her booth and another one that was glow in the dark over at $7 a pop, which I got that one as well from $7 a pop. And both versions of her new pin of Sune with the spray cans. One was a LE100 for the con, and the other one was that a first debut pin, a debut pin. The one of them glows too, I think. Yeah, no, they both glow in the dark. Let's see if we can get a little hit of the light with these and see if how good they glow. Oh, they're really blacklight reactive. Ooh, that's some darker. The pink's not showing up on the stream, but there's a pink in there. That green yellow really shows. Can I get it to hold? Yeah, I can get it to hold a little charge. Boom. Oh yeah, those both glow real good. Got to get those put up somewhere in the with the right lighting. Those are super dope. So okay, while I'm going through this stuff, I will say I did get to speak with a couple of team members at Funko, and I did put somebody on the spot. I was right there with Top Pops and Wasatch, and I asked an old friend who's been in the company. I started with, like, you don't have to answer if it's going to get you in trouble or you don't feel like it, whatever. And I was like, what's the deal with Droppp? And she said, her response was, how do I put it? She had some words for me. I can't repeat exactly. Not saying she cursed or said anything inappropriate. But she said some things, and basically what it boiled down to is we still don't know. I think I was right on the money when I said they don't know. They are still trying to decide. That's what I got from it. Don't go out and quote me. Let's just keep that right here between us girls. But I don't think it is 100% over. There's still a chance. That's all I can say. I think there's a chance. I still think Droppp Team is trying to buy it. I made this theory up, by the way. I mean, that's totally fair, Corner Graphic, and I hope you're right. Yeah, no confirmed death is good news. Oh, girl, give us the deets. So you're telling me there's a chance? Exactly. Let's see, what else? I did stop. I got some stuff for Liz Misty. I stopped by the... God, remember the names of all these companies that I'm not... Artistic Flavors. Artistic Flavors gave me another version of Derpy. Cute little pin. I really like the style on that one. And gotta say, it was JoJo and... God, I can't remember his name right now. But they were super nice people over at Artistic Flavors. When I went and met them, they just both lit up and were smiling. Such nice people. Priscilla called this 6 months ago, comments. She told me, she's like, the K-pop Demon Hunter is going to be everywhere. It's going to be everything. Ernie, great people. First time I ever met them. But they were super, super kind. But they loved it as well. I forgot to mention the other thing Priscilla gave me. Sorry, I jumped ahead. I did get my first ever figure. And this was the one that was over at the $7 a pop booth. And she gave me one. They gave me one. Yeah, they gave me one. This was the first time to ever see this in person. In fact, when I saw Priscilla on Wednesday, she had one on her, and she showed us. And her thought was the same thing as mine, and that these are heavier than we thought. But very, very cool. I'm excited about this. This is technically, I guess, the third in the series. I have the first two on order from during San Diego Comic-Con, but got the sitting Sune in the new style. Love the New York Comic Con on the sleeves. Priscilla got permission to put those on there. And then the bottom, I think she was autographing some of these during her autograph session. But you got the co-branded Sune and $7 a pop. And they're actually a little smaller than I thought too, and that is not a dig at all. I couldn't wrap my brain around it when I was thinking, hey, it's a vinyl figure. Like, how big could this be? And even though there were probably dimensions there, seeing it in person finally gave me the clarity. Now I understand the line a little better. Yeah, I saw you were drawing some flowers on one. Here's it next to a pop. And then here is it next to a Mystery Mini. Very, very similar in size to a Mystery Mini, just a little deeper front to back. Could have gone larger, but we're afraid of taking too big of a footprint for sure. I think that's smart. Like, I've got to find a space up here now and a display method, because I'd like to have the box in with it for my 3. And I think I have a couple of those tiered shelving units that these can sit under real nice. So I just got to figure out how to display it. But I love this. I got to figure out where to put my 2 new Sunes as well. I'm stoked to have those. Would have been interesting if Priscilla had time to doodle on some of the figures, and the buy might have a chance to get a doodled up version. Oh, so like the blind box with artist doodled. This has some artist doodles. We will for future runs, but there was no time for this one. I doodled on them during my auto session. That makes a lot of sense, right, Priscilla? What else? At $7 a pop booth, Jason and the team, super nice. Jason and George, met George for the first time. I got the other version of Priscilla's pen, glow in the dark. Let's see if we can hit that with a little light, how it does. Oh yeah, this one holds some glow. Yeah, some nice glow on there. That Sony camera just doesn't want to focus on just the glow. But I have both pens now for the first time together. I also got... How did I get that pen? I don't even know where I got that pen. I got the Venom and Symbiote 200 pieces, $7 pop, Jason series, and he gave me this very nice... Wait a minute, was that one? There's another one floating around somewhere he gave me an AP of. I got this one, $7 a pop logo, LE75. Marvel is hot. I had a sale Sunday and Marvel was flying, says Gorniger. Oh, cool. I feel like there was one more pin from $7 a pop that hasn't surfaced yet. At the Funko booth, I did get this fun little Mayor Freddy, which Jason was running around dressed up as and was in character the whole time. He did a great job. I don't know where this one came from, but I do have this Reed Pop pin. I have no idea where I got this. I don't know if $7 Pop may have given me this. We got this fun little cat coming out of a pumpkin. I never buy show merch, so it's cool to have something unique and different there. Let's see, what else? This is all... Oh, I picked this up for Misty. Liz Misty reached out. I got to ship it to her. But I did get the... I can't believe I had something with the Evend logo on there. That's interesting that there's this sticker and the LE, and there's still now an Evend sticker. Like, I thought we were getting away from that, but Evend apparently just did whatever the hell they wanted. This is badass. This is awesome. But I got that thanks to a friend of a friend. I was able to score that for Liz. Let's see. I stopped by, this is not all Priscilla stuff, by the way. I'm just kind of going through it random. I stopped by randomly. I was walking around and at the Marvel booth, they had a Marvel Zombies photo op, and they gave me a fun Captain America Marvel Zombies mask. That's pretty cool. I took the photo too. Somewhere I have that on my phone. Let's see. I was really going to try to do video going to each person's booth, but it was so challenging with all they had going on to stop at a booth and go, hey, I'm your prize winner. And then for most of them, and I'm not talking smack, I just know how it goes. It's hard to do all these things. They're like, oh yeah. And then they would run and get all the stuff. They're just so busy. Like, right? How would they have it all ready to go? A couple artists did. I have the posters and one artist specifically had everything like set and ready to roll. Here's my Marvel Zombies booth photo. That's what it was, Tech. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I got it. Okay. I'm putting it with the Misty stuff. Thank you for reminding me. That's what it was. I told you had to message me because I will totally forget. So that's going to Misty. That was Misty's. Tech credit. He got that for. I bought that General Grievous from Even on Whatnot. Felt dirty, but I had to have it. That'll be my 4th LE. Nice. Nice. Oh, okay. We got another bag here. This one is from how do you say? Goozies? Goozy Pens. Goozy Pens, also very sweet. That was Tweety. No, what was it? Tweety. Over at the Goozy Pens booth. She was super sweet. Loaded me up with some goodies, stickers and pins. Got that one. Little Jeff the Shark. Got a little Carnage. Isn't that Carnage? Got some sort of magical dragon. Really cool pin. Got some like shine and sparkle to it. Got little Superman. It's a little black suit Superman. Oh, interesting, Nadu. And then got a bunch of stickers too. That I told several of the vendors, I'm like, hey, I love your stuff. I'll probably end up, passing these out as prizes during our Extra Life fundraising. And they were like, oh, go for it, absolutely. I got a couple little like Hello Kitty inspired. I need to ask them how they're doing the back of this. I tried to make a stamp for the back of my stickers, and it wouldn't. Like you have to have a permanent ink. Oh, there's Derpy again. All these K-pop Demon Hunter ones. I'm gonna fan them out so I can show you of the different characters. Those are really cool. There's a little like comic book strip. I don't even know of what. There's a One Piece inspired. Wow, so many stickers. I didn't even get a chance to look through all these until today. There's like 15, 20 stickers here. Yeah, so many fun things from Goozy. That was Tweety and the gang. That was very sweet of them. So I got that bag of goodies. And then the posters. I'll have to get the posters out in a minute. But while I was walking around, I also ran into my friends that run T No Evil. I've told you guys about them before. I've wore some of the stuff before. And they were very generous. They always are. I honestly kind of avoid their booth because the brothers Tay that started the company, Steve and I from Nerd backed them on Kickstarter years ago and helped promote their stuff. But they gave me a bunch of gear, a bunch of loot. Got this cool Ash from Evil Dead inspired shirt. And all the back of theirs have the very cool Tino Evil logo. If you guys are into horror, you got to check out Tino Evil. Good quality shirts, all original artwork from them. They always do a great job. It came with a fun bag. I got these different characters on there. They're at like every con. You can't miss them. But there's a bunch of shirts. This one for Kelly. Because they didn't know what she'd be into, and they do mostly horror, which she's not into. But different Tino Evil logo. She said she'd wear this one for like her hip hop class. I love this one. Savage is gonna love this one. Savage, if you haven't seen this, that dope Godzilla shirt. That's really cool with the Japanese lettering. You know, Savage, and they're the nicest people. I love this alien one too. This is so cool. This is perfect for this time of year for me to have to wear. I love this artwork. That is so fun. Good Lord, I can't believe how much they gave me. They're so nice. At this one. Look, just keep going. I think I got everything. Yeah, for you guys who like the, was it Terrifier? Is that this guy? And that's just my shorts. I don't know how that got in the stack. I got this free mask or thing walking around from Tokidoki. Oh, I forgot this too. V-Friends booth gave me free socks with my purchase. I will never wear these, so they'll probably become a prize for somebody else. And I told the guys at Tino Evil had these hats, but they were all flat brim, and I was like, dude, I love the hat, but I won't wear it because the flat brim. Do you have any of the patches that make the hat? And they had this, so I'm gonna get the right hat and put it on there because I love this patch. So cool, so cool. I just got to get the right hat for it. Let's see. At the Funko party when we went in, they gave each of us one of the new mystery figures. So I got the new Fun Squad that has these different designs with Funko and Franny and Proto. And there is a mystery one that looks like he's on a big ship or something. I haven't opened those yet. Also got the Kiguzumis that are more like the little animals that are dressed as other animals. I'm probably going to do a full-blown video opening these. I'm going to try to do something because I don't normally do that, and I feel like they invited me to that party. I got to create a little content around that. But on the way out, they said, hey, get the socks graded. On the way out, they're like, here, we've got a table full of things. Pick up some items. So I grabbed some stuff for the box game for you guys. First up, we've got an Avatar Biddy Pop 4-pack with the mystery figure. That'll go in the box game. Got a Jurassic Park mystery mini, and normally I would have given this to Brian, right? But I did pick him up something at the con. I got him the Melts from Culture Fly of Jurassic Park, and he actually pulled a chase. We gave it to him last night. Got the mini backpack from Marvel. Love these. And then there was a fourth one. So, oh yeah, and I picked up a Harry Potter mystery snow globe. So these will all go in the box game. For Fridays coming soon. Not this Friday because I'll be out of town with TwitchCon. That'll be coming to your way. And then I didn't get in to the booth for Funko, but they offered, and you guys know me, so I accepted the offer. I got a few things. I couldn't bring back much. I couldn't spend a lot of money, but I got in, so I did pick up a few things that I really wanted. So let's take a look at some of my Funko score. A few items from my Funko score. Oh, yes. So excited. This is the first time I've ever gotten one of these con exclusive figures. It's so limited that comes in the hard shell. Go Thursday, Allie. So I did get Orko. LE 2,000 pieces with the New York Comic Con and the kind of truncated, smaller format of their exclusive sticker. But this is one of the, whatever they call it. There's a term for that. Facet, which I think is the weirdest name, but it works. I would open that and show you, but I think I'm just going to keep it completely sealed like that. That's just a really cool figure. And kudos to Funko. They gave it to me in the sorter like this. So for packing to get home, super simple. I didn't have to worry about damage. I brought some protectors with me, didn't need them. Of course, I paid a premium because those were like 25 or 30, whatever it was for the LE 2,000 pieces. Got the... Let's see what this one is. Oh, dude, I'm going to have to open this one in a video. I'm not going to... I don't know. Would I know quickly if I open? I would know right away if I open it, but I think I'm gonna do a little video. I got the mystery. I do not know which one it is yet, but I saw that people with the flash, that thing's selling for like big money. Big money. I have not opened. I don't know which one I got. Yes, Teeksta did say she would be at TwitchCon. I'll be looking for her for sure. This is the kudos to them again for packaging. They learned from SDCC. They had the clamshells. And they got damaged because of they're not a standard square shape. They're that odd, bubble. So they kept them in the box, and I couldn't get them all because one, I couldn't afford to buy them all, and two, I didn't want to get them all home. But I did get the Batman one. Look at that. They even put a little paper inside there. Oh yeah. So I have both versions of Batman, the SDCC and the New York Comic Con one. I'll probably never have one of the original clamshells, but that is so dope. So I've got there's the black suit, and this one's the blue suit. Have them side by side. You got the LE 500 Wonder Woman, nice, Boba James. I saw our buddy Captain Funmaker got the Chase Flash, got the Flash. Nice, Mocking Lazarus, congrats. Of course we're gonna keep it in the shrink wrap, of course. I still can't believe I got all this home without having to check any of the collectibles. I got, now this one, probably not for my personal collection. Because it's so limited, I had to grab it though. I got Havoc, X-Men Havoc, and this is a good looking mold. So this one will likely go on to be a prize or maybe even whatnot. I got to debate. Like, I'm not a flipper traditionally, but if I'm able to pass it along, and yeah, one sold for $2,800. I mean, if I pull the Flash, I have to sell it. As much as I don't want to, because the Flash is one of my favorite characters. I've already sold many of the Flash Pops that I've had from over the years. So, I did get the silver V Friends. This was LE 1,000 pieces. This is definitely staying in the collection for a while because I really believe in the V Friends project and all they're doing. Oh, that is minty. Yeah, there's also another little hidden. Probably the same box you can see in there. The little Jolly Jacko and, yep, another little logos in the bottom. But that is minty. This is in great shape. In fact, I'm going to get it in a proper pop protector right now to go with the gold ones. Yeah, Chef, I got very fortunate. You know, I never go ask, but my Funko friends, former coworkers were like, "You didn't get in? You want to get in?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure. That would be very nice." And so they got me in. I was one of the ones they kind of ushered in from the side. I'm sure there were some glaring looks and people be like, "Ugh, that guy probably gets into all these." That's the first time I've been into the Funko booth, getting helped to get into the Funko booth since before COVID, since I worked for the company. I have always just either waited in line or skipped it entirely. Luckily grabbed the first orange Jacko before the con, just before those prices sky. Oh, did it go way up? Thank you, Walker America. I appreciate that. Sweet of you. And then, ooh, what is this one? Oh, yes. It's another one I'm really debating, like I want to keep. The Batman Beyond LE 1,000 pieces. I guarantee this thing's skyrocketing. Just such a cool piece. I mean, it sucks that I had to sell my other Batman Beyonds, and I'll probably end up having to sell this one as well, but very, very cool pop. I had to take advantage. Hey, Randy, you know, it's a loaded question. Of course well, no, I've said in the past I didn't want to, right? And then I've gone back, I've wavered, I've gone back and forth. The truth of the matter is I would love to work for a company that I love. And I've made a list of some other ones and thought about it and even pursued it slightly for some. But not had much luck. And at this point, you know, I would just love to work for a company that I love. And it doesn't matter the capacity. So did I put the feelers out and say, hey, if you got something, let me know? Yes. Did I forward on my resume yet again to them? Yes. Will anything happen? I'm not holding out my breath. We'll just see. Randy said, yeah, I thought you had said there might have been some rumblings or something. So over the years, I mean, I've been fairly, I don't know, transparent, but also a little vague. I have tried to go back. They didn't ever extend an offer. There were a couple opportunities on their marketing team over the years that I reached out, put my name in the hat, never heard back. Didn't even get an interview, which always was a shame. You know, I even told one of my coworkers there that's kind of higher up. I'm like, yeah, I tried. She goes, you did win. And I told her. She goes, oh, well, that's surprising. So like, I don't know what happened there, but it didn't work out. Am I always trying to see if there's an opportunity? Sure. Walking Miracle says, feels like while you're still in the area, never say never. Yeah, I am. It did provide some face-to-face time. You're right, Randy. You're right. I'm not getting my hopes up. And honestly, there's downsides to it too. Like, I would love to work for the company, but that means I don't get to do all I'm doing here now. I would have to back way off on that. But who knows what it could lead to, you know? First things first, got to pay bills. And the money that I make from streaming and stuff has been okay, but not really paying the bills. Paying the bills has come from selling my pops lately. So, you know, given the opportunity to not have to sell my pops and have steady income and health benefits would sure be nice. Nadu said, the thing is, I don't know if there is the same vibe or energy as when you were there now if you're able to go back. There's not. It's not the same. But that's not... Oh, there's the other pin I was looking for. Definitely not dissing them. Like I've said a number of times, they had to make tough decisions, and they've always had to make decisions based on the stock and the stockholders, of which I am one. So I understand they are trying to do what they can to get the stock up. Has it always been good to me? No. Has it been easy on me emotionally? No. Could I see myself working for them? Sure. Could I see myself working somewhere else? Even less likely. I can't fathom having to go back into the working world now. I don't really look forward to that. Bag was dope. Bag is super cool. Unlike most of previous Funko bags. But got the Loungefly, the Mondo, the Pop. Got the little bitty Pop. As Tristan Top Pop said, hey, there's my mom. I like this Mondo logo with the crown. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see that row of the bag handles falling down in front of it. That's pretty cool. In the red. I missed the photo a day challenges for October. Yeah, those were always fun. I still have a whole bunch of photos on my phone from when I was in charge of the Funko Photo a Day challenge before I left, because I'd have to go through every day and screenshot a bunch of good ones and then pick the best ones. Randy said, need money, you say? How much do you want to sell me that Batman Beyond for? Randy, see, let's talk. 10 years and I can start thinking about retire. Wow, Chuck. I'll probably still be looking for a job. I spend a lot of time at work watching Sully on Twitch, so if you go back to work, you can just do that too. Well, you know, hey, there's another thing I was thinking of is when I first went to work for Funko, one of the things they wanted me to sign on day one, which I never did, was a non-compete, where I couldn't talk about other companies that would compete with Funko through any of my like personal stuff. If there was an opportunity, I'd be like, hey, I cannot sign that. I'm doing my own thing. I will be supporting NFT projects and other collectibles. We'll have to have an understanding, or it's just not going to work. Sully's next job will have a live desk camera. I mean, honestly, in a dream world, when I was at Funko before COVID, I was trying to convince them to let me change what I did for a job. I was definitely trying to make it where lives were a main focus, where we had more interaction with fans. And I led the podcast. I led the lives. I went to the cons. Like, I wanted to be more of a full-time connection to the fans, not sitting at a desk doing presentations and research on our social stats and like all that stuff. Like, there we had a numbers guy, an analytics guy. I didn't want to be that, but they had me doing that. I really wanted to do more of the get me in front of a mic, get me in front of a camera, get me in front of people, directly connecting. I wanted to do that. And like now, you can see they've backed way off of that to where you only see a portion of their social team on camera, really. You'll see some different videos, but they don't do nearly like the amount that we used to do. That'd be dope, Nadu. I would actually really enjoy that, I think. I think so too, Shep. Funko should have an official presence on Whatnot. I think that would be really good. I didn't care for the way Thrilljoy did it, selling stuff like first to market that didn't have any kind of first to market sticker or anything like that. If Funko were to do Whatnot, like, I think they would have to like take the right approach. And I don't think the right approach is taking advantage of your fans. I think if they're going to be on Whatnot, should be giving away a lot of prizes for sure, and maybe selling some unique items, like, but have a Whatnot sticker that goes on it or something to denote that was a special thing for that. I don't know. They had an Instagram live the other day, and I almost fell off my chair. It's been so long. Is that the one my friend Jax was in? On the right, glasses, dark hair. Jax is awesome. I've known her for years. Actually, Kelly got to meet her last year after San Diego Comic-Con. We ended up on the same flight home. Forgot one other. I found a few items I haven't shared yet. Got the V-Friends bag. Their bag is similar in size to the Funko one, but it's more of a cloth than a vinyl. It's actually more lightweight and very nice. I really like the look of these bags. You got the V-Friends from one of the comics there. What is it? The what monster? Motivated Monster. And then on this side, you got like the black and white with a touch of like glow bluish green. These are really nice. Yeah, the bag is great. Everybody loves a good bag at a con. Everybody loves a good bag at a con. And then I found, here's the pin that I think is the... Is this the AP? One of the ones he gave me was an AP, but Jason from $7 a pop gave me this one as well, of him as like the big boy, Kip's big boy. There's that one. And then ran into my buddies at FNC and got a sweet, this is another one. On my lanyard, I have one of these already, but he got another one. I got to put that on my lanyard too. Always good to run to FNC. Run into FNC. And I think that's finally it. Like, I can't believe I got all that home without having to check any of it in bags. On the airplane or ship anything. I got that all in the carry-ons. That's crazy. There were for sure people on the live. I don't know who they were though. Yeah, I think it was Jax on the right. I don't know who the guy on the left was. Give me that character as a pop. That'd be dope, Randy. You talking about the Motivated Monster? That'd be awesome. Yeah, I think there, to go back to the question from earlier, I think there's definitely an opportunity for Gary V-Friends and Funko to expand on what they're doing and do more characters. Clearly, they've gotten some good life out of the Jacko Pop, and it makes sense for the time of year that it was sold. But I would love to see more for sure, and I think that could be a huge line. TB420 figures the 1 year I couldn't make it to NYCC, you go. LOL, would have been cool to finally meet you. Well, at TB420, I really want to go back, and after talking to my wife, she's like 100% wants to go next year. In fact, I think we're basically planning on it. So I might be back to see you then. We did get SDCC tickets Saturday. Saturday before last. I got 4 days again for me and her. No preview night, but we could try and add that later. Although, don't know if we have to have it. Preview night to me has always been kind of like, if you get in, cool. If not, you still have 4 full days to deal with everything else. Yeah, so I'd like to return. But that's it, gang. I can't believe how much stuff. Like, big shout out again to Priscilla for the Extra Life raffle that she did and the opportunity to win tickets. It's the 20th anniversary next year, which is shocking that it's only 20 years. It's been such a big con, and I will have gone to it. Let's see, I did 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Did I do 14? Yeah, I think I did. So I did 6 years pre-COVID, and then I did this. So 7 out of the 20 I've been to. That's pretty good math. Welcome Miracle said, everybody get your NYCC fan verification set up as soon as you're able. Tech said, hopefully they'll start popping new V-Friends characters like they do Pokemon. Exclusive drops every couple of months would be... Yeah, that'd be amazing. I think with the new limited edition system that Funko's got going, and the way Gary does like the whatnots and they've got all they're doing, there's so many ways to promote it and drop it, and if anybody can do it right, it's Gary V and the team. It won't be an even situation. Gary's more about getting it in the hands of the fans and less about, getting it into the flippers' hands. Like, he'll work really hard to make it go right. Sully counting on his fingers again, must be higher than 5. You know. When are you sending out the boarding pass? Oh, Darth Wacko, yeah, you missed the first part of today, I guess, or you were stepped away. So my computer problems on the Mac are deeper than I thought, and I'm gonna have to nuke the Mac and reinstall everything. So I was telling everybody I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow, and then if it goes well, I would be able to send them out afterwards. If not, it's probably gonna be post TwitchCon. So I'm sorry, and I ask for y'all's patience on getting those distributed. This is not something I could have foreseen. I do have the artwork for everything done. The logos, the hoots, and the logo that I'm giving away for anybody who ordered both boarding passes sets, the full flight one or round trip one. So I have the artwork done, but to get them all edited down to the right size and minted and all that, I gotta get the Mac fixed first, because while I thought I was completely free of this, I've been running the malware antivirus software every day, and today it caught something. So definitely got to be extra careful. So Allie, the idea behind VFriends, that's a great question too. That's a totally great question. The idea behind VFriends is, if you go back and you were watching, or you're able to kind of rewatch what Gary Vee did at the beginning of COVID. When I learned about him, his whole thing was like, he saw sports cards before they blew up again, and they're at the biggest they've ever been now. Like, it just keeps going up. He called this 10 years ago. He was getting into sports cards heavy. Prior to that, the way he rose to fame was building up his family's wine business online in the .com era, and then he has a marketing company called Vaynerchuk Media that he runs. But he talked on a lot of podcasts. He does motivational speaking, and did leading up into COVID. That's how I learned about him, and a lot about NFTs. And his whole thing was, get an IP. Have an intellectual property, original character, original idea, whatever, and build an audience around it. And if you can do that, you can build a mega business if it takes off, right? So early on, he was into NFTs, and he was talking them up with everybody, and that's, again, how I learned a lot of it. But then I guess he realized, or it was always his game plan, I need to do what I'm talking about, and I need to build this IP and NFTs around it. So he literally sat down and doodled out all these characters. He did the alphabet, and so he would do an A, a B, a C. Out of that, we get things like a tidy troll, curious cowboy, motivated monster, selfless sloth. So he just went through, very smart, just take the alphabet, make a bunch of characters. He drew them out in like these literal, like just very basic, like kids scratch, like just, and when I saw him doing it, I was like, I don't get how this becomes a thing. I don't have the vision he has on this. I don't know how you turn these doodles into something. He made them into NFTs. They sold them. The floor on those NFTs now is like $3,000 a piece or more. It might be even more. I think somebody corrected me the other day. But then from those NFTs began the evolution of these characters. So we got other artists involved. They started making the characters look a little more like cartoon characters, and they've polished them and done more and more and more, up until now you get to the point with the new comic books where you have, like, the ninja. What is it? Notorious Ninja? You get characters that are way more fleshed out, and art that's Notorious Ninja. Yeah, that's right. Way more fleshed out. This is just the blind bag for the comic book. There's comic books in there, or a comic book in there. But essentially, short version of what I've just tried to explain is, he made his own IP. He started with basic sketches, and he knew if you have an audience and you have your own IP, and that IP could be just about anything. He even talked about early days, like, buy an IP. If Alf is not owned by a big company, buy Alf. Yes, you may have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's up to you to do things with it then. Official 48 months, 4 years. We're reaching a bunch of big marks for people. Thank you, Official. I appreciate you. But anyway, he's made his own IP, and he's building it into a bigger brand, and he's making more products, and he's doing all the things like anyone would dream of doing, but he executes. He's got an entire team, huge amount of people, including Shep that's here in the stream, to build this into something, and they are doing it. Like I said, I from New York Comic Con, my biggest takeaway was VFriends is inevitable. They are going to be a successful brand. They already are, but what's the limit? What's the ceiling? And the ceiling is just keep on going. Like, he's got it. And he always said, too, you build an audience of 15, 20 people, you have a thing. You build an audience of hundreds or thousands, you've got a full-fledged business. And he has got a full-fledged business now. That's how I see it. Shep, did I do a pretty good job of outlining it? Would you have any more to throw in there? 4 years in, this is where we're at. Take that as you wish. See, there's a lot more to come. Thank you, Shep. Yeah, I've been following I love to hear his motivational speaking. His big thing, if you watch Gary Vee, and I think you should. I think you take something away from it, everybody. Can he be a bit New York about it? He drops the F-bombs. He's very direct. Yes, and normally that turns me away, but it doesn't with him because I can tell it's coming from a good place. He truly seems to care about people. I see his interactions with people all the time. I watch the videos. He wants people to be successful. He wants you to get out of your own way. So when he talks to people and they'll come up and they'll have a question and be like, man, I'm 54. This is not me. This is somebody else. I'm 54. I've been working for another company my whole life. I don't want to do that. I want to do something on my own. He's like, what's stopping you? What's effing stopping you? Just get out of your way and do the thing. And one of his big deals is you don't have to have a huge seed startup fund. Go to your local garage sales in neighborhoods, find stuff, sell it on eBay, turn $10 into $100, turn 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, and then now you've got your money, and you did it all off of garage sales. And he proof in the pudding. He goes and does it. Still goes to garage sales on a Saturday morning, picks up some stuff, and shows what he can flip it for online. We all understand the New York thing. We're all from the 90s. There you go. He does yell a lot, says Peking. Shep said, don't let the cursing scare you off. He's truly sincere and genuine. I 100% believe that. Yeah, 100%. I want to tell people when they're going in for the first time, they're going to go, knowing me, they're going to go watch a Gary Vee video and go, this is the guy Sully's talking about? Like, this does not match Sully's vibe, really. It doesn't. He's his own man. But like, I respect the hell out of him. I see him as a real mentor. He doesn't know it. I don't talk to him about it, but I see him as a mentor. I'm learning from him every day. Mid-Atlantic people are direct. Never meant to be mean. Yeah, see, exactly. But to somebody from the South who was raised, yes, sir, no, sir, and you bottle your feelings and you hug everybody, but it's not like, that's not always real feelings. A lot of that we just don't do. And so to me, going to New York for the first few times is like, whoa, this is very different, you know? Yeah, Savage. I mean, I think all of us would benefit from it. But given what you and I, what world we're in with pop culture and what we do and what you do with Second Union, like I think you should definitely be watching Gary Vee, put him on your radar, learn from him, see what he's doing, listen to not only does he, I always say, sees around corners. Like, he can see what's coming up before it happens. And he's called many things over the years. He invested in, like, Twitter and all these other companies long before they got big, or had the opportunity to. He could see that it was coming. He saw sports cards coming. He's now directing the traffic. He's now somebody that people listen to so closely that when he says, oh, the next big thing is this, he's actually making it happen. And he's doing that right now with the V-Friends, but there will be other things. He's not just in V-Friends. There will be other things that he's going to say, and people are going to not just listen, they're going to alter the way they behave because of what he said. They're being influenced by him in a good way. He wants people to be successful, so I certainly hope he's never one of those people where we find out something about them and then wish we had never learned that. Too many of our heroes have been torn down by, crazy stuff in their life that we didn't need to know. We certainly didn't need to happen, but we didn't need to know either. Like, it would kill me if we found out something horrible about J.J. Watt. Like, there's another guy I respect the hell out of. Craig Biggio. They used to play for the Astros. People like that. Sadly, I've seen behind the curtain on some of the people that I thought were those mentors, and they certainly were not a full person. They were a public display of who they wanted to be. Anyway, off on a tangent. Would be nice for him to let everyone know what the next big thing is. Venmoing Peking. I mean, look, you have the opportunity to listen to him and to capitalize on it. If we'd have been listening to him about sports cards, I mean, we're still not at the peak. These things are going nuts. It is insane what's happening with sports cards right now. And I've said it before. I think Fanatics could very well purchase Funko at some point. I think Fanatics is such a high value company with so many branches underneath them. And now they own Topps and they have all the sports cards deals for everything except hockey. Like, they are huge. I mean, I could see Gary one day building something and selling it to Fanatics. I don't think it'll be VFriends, not anytime soon. I think he's starting to build it. But Fanatics is in the driver's seat in that world. They're doing some amazing things. Yeah, you can quote, they made uniforms for baseball players that were see-through, and this and that. But like, hey, any big company is going to misstep from time to time. Nadu said, I've been wanting to contact VFriends for the last 6 months on wanting to work with them over here in Dubai and the region, but I just don't know who and where to contact. Well, I may have dropped some hints here during the stream of somebody you could DM. Red Ranger. When we find out Sully has never actually seen monsters, I definitely have. The ship. There you go. Couldn't get a bigger clue than that. That's hilarious. I mean, look, I don't know what kind of opportunity there might be, but if anybody is going to be... I saw an interesting thing the other day about Mark Cuban. And Mark Cuban goes, hey, look, he was in an interview. He goes, I have invested in a lot of companies. He said, I have an email address that's public. He said, I actually read emails in there. And every once in a while, I get pitches all the time, and a lot of them are absolutely stupid and make no sense at all. He said, but every once in a while, I'll see one. He goes, I have invested in companies from blind emails. I've done my due diligence. I've learned about them, but they were a good company, and I invested in them. I could totally see Gary Vee being the same kind of guy who like gets an email or a DM or whatever, and is like, well, wait a minute, I never thought of that. Or wait a minute, this is a good idea. This is a really good idea, which is why I would love to collab with Gary Vee and make something Nerds Unite that works with his brand. But I don't think I'm big enough to be on his radar right now. But maybe we could reach out and go, hey, Gary Vee, we're doing this thing for charity, and we want to raise money through Extra Life for the kids. Would you work with us? And I could totally see him going, absolutely, we'll send you stuff. Like, or even promote it would be awesome. I just remembered something I got to do. Not like in this moment, but I got to put it on my to-do list. I've got to reach out to Twitch about putting us on the front page for Extra Life. Where's my to-do list? I had a new... Oh, it's under here. I had a new to-do list going. Yeah, and to answer Chuck's question or comment from 10 minutes ago, yes, we are definitely about tangents here. I will say this about VFriends on Instagram. The minute I followed them, I got a DM. Thanks for following up, and that was something new and felt great, right? Being recognized, being invited into the story, to the community. Like Funko was built off of a really good IP, a really good stylization, good licensing, and more importantly, a community that may or may not still be there. There's at least portions of it, it's not like it once was, whereas you've got a community building around VFriends that is going to be unstoppable for as long as that community wants it to be. Twitch front page. I just have to fill out a form or send an email or something. I have the detail on it. Jam over on Twitter. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. Twitter does not integrate with the software that I'm using over here. I don't know how long ago your message was, but welcome. Jam asked, what did you think about the new Funko blind boxes? I have the two. The stylization on them is really good. The artwork on them is really good. I'm going to crack these in a video. The artwork is really good, and I think it's a direct response to the Pop Mart and Miniso of the world, because if you look at the Funko's offerings in the past with the mystery minis, pint-sized heroes, and even the Biddy Pop blind bags, or the Biddy Pop with the last window, it's all about licensing of characters and the experience of opening a bag and not being thank you, Uga, and not being completely sure what you're going to get, right? People love that surprise and the payoff when it does pay off in a really good unboxing experience. But what's interesting about, and I was thinking about this more since I saw these, I'm pointing at these from Funko, and that is when you go into a Pop Mart, the way they display everything, here's the box you buy, and here's the possible figures. So you have an opportunity to not just look at this, or have to go search out a video or an unboxing from somebody else, but to just be able to see the figure right there creates this like, oh, I want that. And oh, I buy one of these, I have a chance to get okay, I'm gonna buy that. I like that. And the whole store is that, with a few exceptions. It's really neat. It's a really neat niche specifically to the blind box world that I think Pop Mart has done a really good job with. And then of course they got really lucky when Labubu took off the way it did. I'm sure they're always looking for, hey, what can we make the next Labubu? Because that's going to send their stock value through the roof. But you can't manufacture that. A lot of it has to happen through pure blind dumb luck and being in the right place at the right time and having a bunch of products. So anyway, I think that's their response to Pop Mart. The price point is right in the same line. The stylization is in the same line. But the beauty is no licensing. No licensing on these. Their own IP on this. They don't have to pay anybody else on these. So that's one huge cost off their shoulders. Would we see in the future that same stylization done for Batman? Yeah, absolutely. They have to test the market, see how it works, and then they can run from there. And they probably will do it. Probably will do it. Yeah, exactly, Professor Josh. They in the past, they would test with an IP, and almost always it was Warner Brothers and Batman. But over the years, even when I was there, it was starting to change. The Warner Brothers or whoever owned an IP was far more willing to go, yeah, do something with it. Cool. They've become way more protective of their brand. Specifically, Warner Brothers did it through Harry Potter and then started doing it with more things. The companies aren't as willing to just give out the IP anymore, unless you're Snoopy and Peanuts, and apparently they've given that to every single person on the planet. Like, you can make a Snoopy merch. You probably have a deal with them. You just didn't know it. I'm being facetious there. What am I looking for? I'm looking for reward requests queue. We got a super duper shout out from Uga that is for Shep. And one I got a refund from 25 days ago. Whoops. We got a shout out for Shep. Not really a fan of the style for my collection, and I collect a good variety. Totally fair. But guess what happens if they make an IP you love? If they make an IP you love, then all of this could change. Professor Josh says, but Pop Mart blind boxes are in the front of stores where Funko seems to be hiding in the back, a bunch of places like Box Lunch. So I didn't finish the thought, and you're good to point that out. You're absolutely right. Here's the thing. They don't necessarily have to compete with the Pop Marts and the Minisos. I think we could very well see these in Miniso stores soon. Rocky Moto's already there. Funko has not been in the same style as these other things that Miniso has up at the front of their store, but they could, right? I also noticed, I just saw one of the vending machines for Pop Mart at the mall when we went to see Tron last night. We were slowly going through the mall to get over to the theater because we were early. Pop Mart has their own vending machines, but even in their vending machines, there's all the blind boxes that you can purchase, and then there's a little digital panel where you put your card in and you pick, but to the right of that is an area that's a glass front with some of the different products that are in there, and you can see all the possible figures. So I think that right there is another opportunity that Funko, they've done some, they like the claw machine thing that I think you can find in like Vegas and some other areas now. But I could very easily see them getting into more vending machines, i.e. like what Pokemon has done at grocery stores, and what like the sports card ones at the malls and stores. I could totally see Funko getting into more vending machines, and this being the kind of thing that is stocked in those vending machines. It's funny, they cost more than Funko Pop's retail cost-wise. They do. They do right now. I think there's also the thing that Funko has to their advantage of they know when they put out a new product, their audience is going to at least buy. Somebody mentioned this at New York Comic Con. People will buy that first wave. Everybody wants to not miss out. There's the FOMO thing, right? And then over time, sales might slip a little bit. They're starting high, and of course you have tariffs and all that stuff on the manufacturing, the cost of the figures now. But where could that go? They could come down, but they can't start low and go up. They would lose their audience too quickly, and they've seen that happen, right? So I think they made some good moves on this, and it's up to the fans to decide whether it's something they want or not. Well, in time, we'll find out. They're at least trying it, right? Now, I did find it interesting that they did say sometime back, we're going to minimize the different kinds of things we have going on. We're not going to do too much, and yet there's a new line. I think that's interesting. Not necessarily bad, just interesting. Robert GP, happy birthday! What's going on? How are you now? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day for your birthday. You doing anything fun and exciting? I'm doing the shout out for Shep, and with my new contacts in, this may not look great. I'm trying really hard though. I got new contacts that make seeing far away great, and now my close-up vision is for... Took off work and relaxing. Nice. Well, I hope you get a good birthday meal. What would be your birthday meal? Robert GP, what would be your go-to? Are you going to get to go have that? I got a fairly large birthday coming up, and my wife keeps asking me, what do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm very blessed to get to do the things that I get to do. More than anything, I just want to spend time with her. But I know her. She likes to give gifts, and she wants to take me to a special dinner and stuff like that, and I love it. But it's just so hard to decide. Like, I've gotten to do a lot in my life. I've been very, very blessed. So I'm just kind of leaving it up to her to surprise me. She said she's got ideas, so no matter what she chooses, it will be right. I need to play the box game for my own birthday. You know what? I think my birthday is on a Saturday this year, so we could do it the day before. Let's see. My birthday is a Saturday. And it looks like my stepdaughter, Macy, will have a performance that night. She does this aerial, like climbs up the silks and does like stunts in the air, or sky dancing, as Brian calls it. It looks like she has an aerial performance that night, so we'll probably be busy on my actual birthday. Draw straight arms so it's farther away. Chicken teriyaki is on the menu. Real, that's a go-to for you? I did not understand the obsession with chicken teriyaki until I moved up here. In every single, I don't know what everybody calls them, strip mall, the little, there's like 6 stores and they share a parking lot. Every single one of those in the Seattle area has, in the parking lot, a bank, but in those stores, there's a teriyaki place. The teriyaki place is being built and opened before the rest of it is open. It's absolutely insane. I finally had it up here a few times, and I love it too. Although I'm more of I love yakisoba better now, it seems. But yeah, up here, people are obsessed with it. In Houston, it's some places, but not a lot. Or maybe I just ignored it all those years. I mean, you would know too, Robert GP. You've been there. You've lived there. I gotta add one more thing to this. You going after Limited Iron Man this Friday? Is that on the Funko website, Professor Josh? Because I do have a problem there. I don't have points. I was just telling one of my friends at Funko that I was like, I love what y'all are doing, but I don't have points. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't really buy from the Funko website. I buy stuff all the time. I bought tons of Droppp. I buy a Hot Topic. I buy like in store, but I don't buy on the Funko websites. Therefore, I'm kind of like out of it. Oh, no points needed. Okay, well then maybe I'll try. We'll see. You have been indoctrinated into the local ways. Exactly. Sakura in the mall is the best. Don't know how many are actually left. Huh? What's that? Here's our shout out for Shep. Shep52, this is the first shout out I've done in a while. I've been bad about keeping up with these lately. For Shep from Ooga. It looks a bit like Snep, but it's Shep. No problem, Ooga. Thank you for purchasing. It's food. They serve teriyaki chicken and veggies. It's really good. Okay. Is that a chain then, I guess? Exactly, Shep. It looks fire. Awesome. Thank you, Shep. There's the 2 drops on Friday. The Grail comic cover needs points. Oh, well, let's look at it. Let's look at it. I know where to go now. I'm learning. Funko.com. Limited edition. Ooh, that is cool. That's the Iron Man. Fan rewards early access 3,000 points. So it could sell out in early access, and I wouldn't get it. It's also $50. So chances are I will not be going for it. How many pieces? It's a Grail. 750 pieces. So I might try. If I could get it, then yes. And then we've got from Marvel Superior Iron Man with Pop Protector. Okay, so they're both Iron Mans. That's pretty dope. I like the hair coming over the top there. Very like anime style. Looks more like Invincible than Marvel. That's 5,000 pieces. Does not require points to get in early. Oh, the Jumbo Chance Scorpion is so dope. I would buy just the box. Oh, there's the Tron one coming. Interesting that wait, did that already happen? Yeah, already sold out. I was going to say, what weird that Tron was later. So that's good. They did the right timing on that. These are some cool pieces. That Diablo Angel Imperius is very cool. Yeah, that box is so dope. I love Mortal Kombat, but that art style that they do for those boxes, I don't know who's doing that art, but dang. I bet it's Chris Metz at Funko. That guy's extremely talented. Sarku Japan is a chain found in a lot of malls. The Woodlands Mall has one, and malls in... Okay. So I'm sure I've seen it before. Superior Iron Man is pretty rad. I agree. I don't know, and I have to always preface this in case somebody takes this stuff out of context. I don't know. I'm not trying to make fun of Funko or anything like that. I just like to ask the questions to think, right? Is the popularity of these pieces because of the molds and the characters they've chosen? Because they're good. Are they performing well because of that? Or is it merely because of the piece count and the fact that they have sold out, therefore driving up the FOMO and the supply and demand to where people are paying quite a bit of money for these? I think we're led now in all things by supply and demand far more than the coolness of the item. Both could be fair, yeah. But like at New York Comic Con, the Topps Chrome Disney cards, where you could pull a 1-of-1 from the box, those boxes were selling at the booth for $150 on eBay, going for $2,000. So that people could possibly pull an art card or a 1-of-1 or a signature card or whatever. I jumped in. I talked to some friends in line and debated jumping in. Decided against it because I didn't want to waste a big chunk of my day at New York Comic Con and come away with nothing. But I do know some people that got boxes, and good for them. I don't know if they're going to open them or sell them or what. I mean, Jason from Scare Fair wasn't limited and sold out at Hot Topic, online quick, and most stores it was first one to go. Interesting. I mean, I'm glad to see some success on these. When I first saw it, I didn't think it would do as well as it has. I was wrong. Happens. And as a stockholder and a fan of Funko, man, sell them out. Let's see $2,000 on the secondary market. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to pay that. But if somebody's there to pay it, we all win. Somebody's buying these things, and as long as they're buying them, we're doing good. So keep up the good work. I'm mad I never got to try the big red button. Oh yeah, I didn't do that either, Tech. You're talking about I have footage. You're talking about Courtyard. Sounds like hotel to me, not a Courtyard by Marriott. There's the Courtyard.io, which is similar in many ways to Fanable. I don't know if you guys saw this. I have video of a few people trying. Oops. Here's Here's a photo first of the booth showing you a little bit of the setup. So there's a massive line on this side that went way back. There were probably 200 people in line, plus it wrapped a little bit around the outside. If you had the Courtyard app, you could step up to the big red button. Here's a video of somebody about the, or you already pushed the button there. And then on that giant screen, it would show the pack opening, and you got one of, you know, there's a bunch of Pokemon cards and other like One Piece and stuff like that. Or you might get lucky enough to get one of the comic books. Here's somebody pushing the button. They were hyping it up, making it an event. Everybody standing around had a chance to witness what happened at the booth, and it would show on that big screen. And on the other side of that screen, pointing into the rows and the booths over there, it showed as well. And if you got a grail, I saw one online, somebody pulled a grail worth almost $1,000. It also spit confetti and stuff out of the booth, like really well designed to create this moment. I told them that on Twitter, responded to one of their tweets and said, great job. Like they created a moment that everybody wanted to be part of. It was so cool. Professor Josh, I was surprised Hello Kitty bag didn't sell out with pop and bag limited to 1,000, but probably the price point. If it was just the pop, it would have been gone quick. Oh, yeah, at NYCC. Oh, yeah, Walking Miracle. Great call. Walking Miracle and I went, as well as I saw Grossinator there, and Jimmy and David were there. The Running Man panel at New York Comic Con was Friday. It was the only... I got into two things. I didn't even go to my autograph session that I won. I felt bad that I skipped it, but went to Running Man. We had Edgar Wright, the director. If you guys don't know Edgar Wright, he did all the Cornetto trilogy movies. So Hot Fuzz. I can't believe I'm blanking on these. Shaun of the Dead and At the World's End. He did those, and he also did Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and he did Baby Driver. Some of his more famous movies. He's great as a director. I love seeing his name attached to anything. But he was there, and Powell. Why can I never remember this guy's first name? It's not Scott. It'll come to me. No, I don't think he directed Zombieland. I have to go back and check. I could be wrong. Let's see. Glenn Powell. Thank you, who said that. Walking Miracle. Glenn Powell. And then Lee Pace, which I have always loved Lee Pace. Director of Zombieland was Ruben Fleischer. Ruben Fleischer also directed Zombieland Double Tap, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Uncharted, and Venom. So he's got a pretty good lineup. But anyway, Edgar Wright, I love his movies are always like a bunch of quick edits. He was originally supposed to direct Ant-Man. He worked on it for like 2 years, and then Marvel and he parted ways. I actually was one of the few people in Hall H to get to see his test footage of Ant-Man, which I think they used a good chunk of in the final Ant-Man movie. But anyway, the panel was great. I already was very excited about the movie. My brother and I did an episode of movie retakes 2-3 years ago now. It's been a while because we knew this was coming, right? I didn't know who the director was. I can't remember. I'd have to go back to my notes. I don't remember who I picked as the director and the actor in the film, like who the lead would be. But it's based on a Stephen King book, and this apparently is more true to the book than the original Arnold Schwarzenegger film was. The trailer looks fantastic. The stories that they told sounded so fun. We got a few extended scenes. It just looks great. I'm very excited about it. Luckily, that's not normally Kelly's kind of film because it's like a lot of blood and guts, it looks like. But she's excited to see it as well. So we're going to go. That happens to be my birthday weekend. So hopefully I'll get out on my birthday weekend to go see it. But I'm very excited about that film. It was a fun panel. It was good to see Glenn Powell and Lee Pace. Like, they're very like happy. And whether or not that was just an act for the moment or real, you never know. But I think Powell, he seems like a legit guy. Yeah, it does look funny. You're right, Walker Mirror. And they talked about at the panel. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. They talked about at the panel. Glenn Powell was there and he was getting started on the film. And Edgar Wright was like, "I want something different from you. I want to pull a bit more anger and a bit more sarcasm from you. I want more." And you could, once they said that, watching on stream or on screen what they showed us, I'm like, I get it. I see it. I see how he's leaning into like this inner anger in the film. So I can't wait to see the whole thing. I hope it's as good as it looks. Like I said, I really enjoyed Tron over the weekend. Tron Ares. A lot of people are crapping on that. I just don't understand. Like, just don't. Just, if you want to see a movie, go see it. Don't listen to other people. And all these people going out and talking crap about movies, what have they created? Probably nothing. See Sully do the Running Man. I think we've made it perfectly clear I won't be singing or dancing, especially in Crocs at a Walmart. Those no, I'm dead if that happens. No, not happening. Not happening. All right, so wow, that was a 3.5 hour or 2.5 hour retake of NYCC and what happened there. Any questions for me, anybody? Is there anything that you saw online you wish you had seen in person? Funko booth was cool. The V-Friends booth was very accessible. I like that about the V-Friends booth. Very, very accessible. You didn't feel blocked out of there. You felt like you could walk up. I wish I got to meet Gary Vee. That didn't work out, but hey, there'll be future cons, and I'm really hoping for the opportunity. I would love to have even 5 minutes to chat with him. You know, even a minute or two would be great. But 5 minutes to tell him a couple things. One, just how impressive I think he is, but two, like, hey, here's where I am. What would you do? Would be interesting. I did not see the shrunken head in person. No, Jason, who was in a costume, was walking around with that thing showing it off. I know Top Pops saw it, and I think Wasatch did too in person. Yeah, Professor, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. He said they really missed out on a Freddy or Funko Pop with the booth theme for sale. I totally agree in that, especially since we don't have Droppp right now. Again, I don't think it's 100% done, but I think people who are true fans want more Freddy stuff, right? And this is technically some Freddy stuff, but for most of us who are OG collectors, we want pops, right? So I would have loved the pop of the mayor or the pop of the shrunken head. I mean, they could have just made it a jar with the shrunken head in there, like they did that Rick and Morty character. I would have absolutely gotten that. Yeah, con mascot pops. It's interesting. I just sold my Freddy as Statue of Liberty, and now they made a new Statue of Liberty, which I would have gone and gotten if I had known about it in enough time. But I literally did not have time to go over to the toy store or whatever it's called. I can't remember. But I think there's an opportunity. I've talked about it on stream, and honestly, I may tell my friends at Funko, like, here's an idea, and I think people would really like it. You do what you want, because one of my friends that's there is pretty much in charge of picking a lot of this stuff. Yeah, FAO Schwartz. And that idea I have of a Freddy for every con. I always think back to the Stan Lee opening his shirt and you put the logo there. So Freddy would be like, I'm excited to be at the con. But honestly, that motion is more Stan Lee. What would Freddy be at a convention? And they've done like the trick or treater where he's holding the bag. Oh, thank you, Boba James. I'll let you know. Holding the bag. But I could see Freddy as like, he is a con goer. So what if he did have on, like, you know, he's got his little crown on, he's got a lanyard with maybe some little buttons. Maybe he does have a Funko bag. And it would be cool if they could coordinate the bag to look like the bag and maybe put the logo for the con on his shirt or on his lanyard even. Make the lanyard big enough and put the logo right there. That'd be dope. So that you could get a something to commemorate going to the con for yourself. And if they wanted to take it a step further, it would be really cool. Like, to get into the Funko booth takes a lot, right? And I'm not just talking about winning a lottery or reserving a spot, but getting tickets to the con, traveling across the country, getting into the lottery and getting into the booth. All that takes a lot. It'd be cool to make it into something a bit more. Like, the pop also comes with a commemorative ticket for you getting into the booth at the convention. I think that would be really cool. I'm big on tickets. I think commemorative tickets are being just sorely overlooked by everyone. What was it? Somebody was just telling me. Kelly and Macy went to see Benson Boone in concert, and I have him downstairs. I should have brought him up. But when you went into the Benson Boone concert, on a table they had tickets, commemorative tickets. Very basic. I think they could have done something cooler, but the idea is there. It's a ticket. Same ticket size we used to think about for Ticketmaster. If you flip it over, on the back was links to buy their merch, which was smart. But a commemorative ticket would be dope. I totally agree, a commemorative NFT. But I feel like at this point, like, if Funko were to do a single NFT, but not put out a game plan for what's happening with the pack drops and the future of the Funko NFTs, they would get so much backlash. But I agree, if they could get that on track and you could get a pop and a ticket and an NFT all in one, that'd be cool. Or between, uh-oh, did I freeze again? Oh, no. Wait, am I still live? I might still be live. You guys still there? It might still be rolling. Okay. It just did a temporary freeze. It may do it again. But I say between us girls, what I was gonna say is another thing that I've seen a lot more of. I think they announced Labubu cards. I'm not saying I want Labubu cards. You can skip past the license on this one. But the idea of standard sports card size cards. Funko's experimented with Upper Deck and making those for SDCC a few years ago. They got you the Captain America pop. But what about, and even Entertainment Earth did it with some pops years back, the Marvel in-game pops, where inside there is a pack. It would be cool if you got a commemorative card with each pop, and those cards could then be graded. I think people are far more likely to grade the cards they get out of stuff than they are the pops themselves. Had some good conversations with people about graded pops over the weekend. I talked to one person specifically who has direct ties to PSA and has been grading and selling a lot of pops. And I asked her, I was like, is it worth it? She goes, yeah. She didn't seem like so sold on it, even though she's been doing it a lot. I still think there's a huge opportunity for grading pops, but we've talked about the logistics and the problems there. It's, it is what it is. Thank you guys for giving me the feedback that you're still here. It looks like still on YouTube as well. I don't know how that works, but all of a sudden the GPU memory dumped and went back to low utilization, and here we are. Submitted my Minty Freddy as Kylo over the weekend to get great. Dope. Nice. I hope that comes out. I hope that gets you a good grade. The person I was talking about also indicated that the pops that you think are in great condition, a lot of times you'll be surprised at what the grade is, because they look at the surface, the corners, the paint on the pop, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I have ones that I think would be a 9.8. She goes, you might be surprised. Good to know. Didn't know that. But I still would love to directly work with PSA on something. I've tried multiple times to have that meeting with a guy who has just skipped the meeting. Just didn't show up. I got to talk to him once, but I couldn't sell him on it in the one call. Any other questions around New York Comic Con, V-Friends, the Funko booth, any of that stuff? Keep your eye out. If you didn't get to New York Comic Con, of course you can look on eBay and stuff like that. But some of those vendors may have extras they'll put online and stuff, or they already had them up online. I don't know if any of the V-Friends stuff will be available outside of the con. I don't know if it's sold out at the con. I don't know what the deal is. I would imagine they sold out of some stuff, but I don't know. Like, especially the pops, since those were numbered. Was it 3,000 and 1,000? I didn't even put these side by side. I can't believe I got them both. I remember watching last year going, I really want the V-Friends. That'd be so cool. 3,000 pieces for the gold and 1,000 for the silver. So cool. They're both pop number 88 in the Icons series. I didn't even wonder which series they were in. They're in Icons. That's interesting. It was still in stock on Sunday. Very interesting. I wish I knew about the Freddy head was the raffle prize. I would have stayed to see if I had won. I didn't know that's what they did, Boba James. So they gave away tickets, and then on the last day, Sunday, they gave it away. That's really cool. That's something I don't think they've done a lot of. I know Figpen would give away their giant panels at their booth. We won Kang and Kodos for our friend Kyle Powers. So he has both with his collection, which is pretty cool. Now, you said I was talking with CGC, and they said it's in the works to be grading pops, but it's not happened yet. Yeah, I imagine logistically it's a bit of a challenge for them. Like they're through receiving and shipping, the grading process itself, the expertise required to get the people who are in the know about pops and what to look for. There's a lot. There's a whole lot. I can imagine that's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. Professor Josh, VFriends was better last year with it being all colored and undervalued. I think LE 1000 and got one for $50 on Whatnot. Not bad. I think somebody said that the price just recently shot up with the announcement of these. I was here when they gave it away, LOL, or I was there when they gave it away. Also gave away 2 Ferris Bueller protos. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I mean, one thing Funko has never needed is a way to draw people to the booth. I will say I didn't see near as many people this year like lingering around the booth. That used to always be a real problem where they were at before because it's such a high traffic area. Like, I think a lot of people have kind of got the memo over the years, like either I get in the lottery or why bother? Or I get in the lottery or I won't even go over there till the afternoon. But maybe I just didn't witness a lot of that. Yeah, I think the VFriend things we need to focus on. We need to take a look at. They've also been doing some stuff for Series 1 holders of VFriends. If you got those early NFTs, I think you got some freebies you could order over the weekend, which is pretty cool. I think you could get the pop for free if you were a Series 1 holder. I think I saw somebody post that. Not 100%, but again, research. But, you know, if you want to get into NFTs and you got a few grand laying around and want to buy a Series 1, I think it might be a pretty solid thing to own. Yep, there you go. We do reward our NFT holders handsomely. I would love to be one, but that's just not in the cards for me right now, financially. Now, if I could trade one of my super exclusive pops for a VFriend Series 1, I would do it. I would do that. They had a big... Wait, what's that, Boba James? I didn't follow. A big part of what? Oh, of the success of VFriends? Like yeah, I get... Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. I mean, without the Series 1 holders buying in and there being some good sales, what would be the future of the thing, right? But what Gary's smart enough to do is to push forward, lean on the gas, and get to physical products and things like that. What I always thought was really cool in the NFT world would be rewarding fans with access to stuff that nobody else got. Sully doesn't need a kidney. He'll trade for a Series 1 NFT. I don't think I'd go that far. I don't think I'd get a lot more money for a kidney if I were allowed to sell it. And then I could just buy the NFT. But there's some things around here that I value that I would trade for a Series 1 NFT. I mean, I got a few Freddy Pops that are worth a pretty penny, and I would trade for a Series 1 of near equivalent value. Put that out there, Shep. Anybody looking to trade for a pop? Oh, gotcha, Boba. There weren't many people milling around the Funko booth. And you said that had a big part. Oh, them moving it. I gotcha. Where it was. I mean, Red Ranger, I would do it because I really believe, like, at this point, Funko is not headed up, kind of stagnant, maybe even a little bit down. And it's not a diss. I'm just looking at what the market's doing and how things are selling. There are definitely some things that are still on their way up. The limited edition is doing really good. There are definitely some pops. I'm surprised that the value's gone down. But overall, if you're looking to like parlay, hey, I won with Funko. I got a $15 pop that's now worth, $2,000, $3,000, whatever. If I'm going to parlay that into another successful thing, if I could think of anything right now, it would be a Series 1 VFriends NFT. Absolutely. I don't even know if I would... Well, I might be picky about what I got. I'd have to look. But I'm glad... Well, let's see if we can see on their website. They were alluding to, and Adu talked about earlier, the ease of getting the NFTs. So now if you're able to get your account and you get in there and let's see, easiest way to buy a VFriends NFT right here on the website. So yeah, right here posted. You don't have to go through OpenSea or dig into something deep. Here you go. You can buy this VFriends Series 1. This is 1.52 ETH, which is the equivalent of $6,200. But then there's one like, there's a Series 2 that's cheaper. Can we filter? I don't see a filter. Here's some of the popular characters. Shop secondary for Series 1 or Series 2. Does this take me to... Okay, here we go. So the floor right now is 1.52 ETH, which is what, like 5? Did this one up here? Hold on, did I go too far? What was the one up here? I can't remember what the ETH was. I don't know what that equivalates to in cash right now. Our Rarible wallet has made it so much... Yeah, I was reading a little bit on that in a tweet the other day. Randy C., I got the whole set of regular show pops from a second-hand store here for a great price. Due to current lower market and some were backside damaged, which I didn't care about. Nice pickup, though. Those are tough ones. Is the text going in front of my face? What the frick? How does this happen? I was so careful. Where's my camera? Oh, that's not the closed captioning. That's the chat. I just need to bring it back one level. There we go. How did I miss that the other day? Pickle Rick said SDCC was not like last year at the booth either. I remember being in the pit of people making rounds to get in. This year it was easy to walk right through the area. I mean, that could be a sign of the times, right? Now for Funko, they're not the only player in the game for that price point and style of figure. You got Rakimoto, you've got Thrilljoy. Other companies have for years tried to make something kind of in the ballpark that's still original. Now you got other interests like VFriends. Like the tides are turning a little bit, right? But there's still plenty of fans. All you need is a VFriends account, an NFT in mind, and Apple Pay. No KYC or anything. That's nuts. So simple. What's up, Master Ice? That's so simple. Or credit card. LOI, I just said Apple Pay for fun. You have a chosen fave VFriend character. That's a good question, Tech. To the point I was talking about earlier, for those of you who heard me talking about like his just simple sketches. Look at these VFriend Series 1. Like, they are the simplest of sketches. There's ox, wild boar, quail, quick quail. Oh, OG ox, wily wild boar, quick quail, faithful pheasant. See, he stuck with the, like, those are the way he came up with the names. They're really fun. Look at this. You're gonna die fly. It just could not be simpler. It looks like a nose as much as it looks like a fly. But then those have evolved. If you look at the Series 2 and you look at the stuff that's out now, they've evolved into much more. So what would be, if I was going to get a Series 1 and cost were not a concern, what would I want? I'm looking. I like the T-Rex. That's pretty cool. Tenacious termite. Common sense cow. I think out of irony, I would get the common sense cow. Maybe. What else? I like the hedgehog. The humble hedgehog is fun. Yeah, I think the T-Rex. I really like the T-Rex. I think that may be one I'd go for. The absolute cheapest one you can buy right now is an OG ox. You said, isn't it die effing fly? No, it says you're gonna die fly. That's a good question, Tech. In case it ever came up, I should be prepared with that. Right, Savage? Just simple style, and then they've evolved over time. I mean, in a way, I started pretty simple with Hoot and evolved, right? I haven't brought in other artists, but that's what they've done. They brought in other artists. There's a survey you can do to see which character you are on their site. You're an OG Ox. That seems pretty perfect. How funny. Yeah, VFriends. You can get it in a bunch of different ways, and I think that's the beauty of the project is you can buy an NFT from Series 1 or Series 2. Series 2 are much less expensive. But the Series 1 comes with those perks, right? You can get the cards, you can get the Chrome cards, you can get the comic books. They had figures for a while that I know Nick and Nessa were collecting, like bigger figures. I don't know what happened with those. You can get the minifigs. Minifigs have a bunch of variety and a good challenge to try and collect all those. Like, they got a ton of stuff. The comic books are the new big thing. And I think that stems from the grading, right? Like, let's see, characters, collectibles. Collect your favorite VFriends. Yeah, stickers, mini stickers, or minis. Those are the figures. Cards, like the regular and the top's chrome. NFT collections, and the pins. They had a couple pins at their booth too, so enamel pins are also in there. But like enamel pins and minis, if you're going to be trading those, like that requires actual shipping, whereas like cards can be graded and verified, and you can get a lot more for your buck, I think. NFTs, of course, you just need a wallet. Stickers are small and easy. People love stickers. I mean, I think those are the smartest ones to go after, personally. Oh, there's some Series 2 holder perks as well. Oh, that's cool. vfriends.com/quiz. Let's try it. vfriends.com/quiz. Find your favorite VFriend. I already have a login. Hold on, let me sign in real quick. Did I do this with Apple? How did I do this? I did it on my phone. Hold on just a second. Because I was out and about when I had an opportunity to do it. Let's see if I go to passwords and go to VFriends. Hopefully it doesn't have one of those crazy long passwords. Oh, no. Did I not save it? Okay, let's try going to the website then. 1 second. Sign in. Oh, it's okay. It's sign up and then get a code that they email to you. That's how it is. Okay. So I'm going to put in my email address. I hit submit. I hit submit. Uh-oh. Did this freeze? If it did, it's on me. Now let me try again. This happened when the graphics card did its crash thing. I'm pretty sure. Let me try again. Wait a minute. It logged me in somehow. Okay, whatever. So let's try the quiz thing again. That's weird. Okay. So back to browser. Oh. It didn't log me in. 1 second. I thought it did. It won't get to the section where I type in the code. I love having some Series 2. Definitely got perks and utility to them. I'll keep getting these till I can upgrade to Series 1. Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be amazing, man. It's not working on for whatever reason, on my PC. I don't know what's going down here. I think it's because the graphics card crashed. It like limited what some things can do. So let me just log back in on the phone and I'll do it on here. There we go. There's my code. That's fast. Okay. So we'll go to vfriends.com/quiz. I'm in a loop. What's happening? I put in the code and then it put me back to login. That's weird. Why does it not like me? Got a new code, but I can't even type it in. I logged in and I went to the URL vfriends.com/quiz and then it looped me back in to log in again and froze. Let me try refreshing. Try again. vfriends.com/quiz. I had fully put in the 6-digit code and everything that it sent me. Yeah, it could be on my end. It could be a problem on my end. I'm actually, instead of Safari, maybe I should try Chrome. Let's try that. vfriends.com/quiz. What the frick? Must have typed something wrong. Shocker. Can't see what I'm typing in. Okay. We're on vFriends. Sign in. Accept cookies. Sign in. Put in your email address. Oh no, cutie back. I hope everything's okay. Thanks for making it. There is a free NFT for today. I took it off the screen because we were looking at some other stuff. It is a Nightmare on Elm Street inspired. So be sure you fill out the form. And I will do my best to get that distributed quickly, but we are at the mercy right now of my Mac. I'm going to have to reformat my Mac. So it may be a little longer than you want, but I will definitely get them distributed. Literally herding cats. Okay. It's giving me the login bee. Little happy bee. Now I'm logged in. Can I just go for the drop-down menu quiz? I don't see it. So let's just try /quiz. I think this is where the problem came is it didn't think I was logged in once I went to this area. I go to start quiz and I get the login again. So let me try it again. I think I've gotten approximately 10 codes now. Submit. Yeah, for some reason here now I hit submit and it will give me the code. I can see it on my email, but it won't actually take me to where to put the code in. So I don't know what I did wrong. 2 just had to get yearly exams and shots. 1 had to get an expensive blood work to see why he's so skinny. Oh no. That happened to one of our cats years ago, and it turned out that he was dehydrated because of something else. I think it was kidney damage, liver damage from getting so old. And then they put him on pills to make him eat and drink, which helped, but only for a little while, sadly. Oh, okay, Geek Drifter. Thank you for that offer. I appreciate it. Oh, Shep, it's probably not on you guys. It's probably on me. I've probably done something weird. Really, Shep? How weird. Let me try one more time here. vfriends.com/quit. Or maybe I could just skip past it. Is that possible? Sometimes you can just close it and... I'm going to X out. Won't let me X out. Now I can't get past it. Dang. Yeah, tech, for some reason, it wants me to log in, like, badly. It keeps prompting me to log in. I appreciate you troubleshooting. I want to make sure there's no error. Yeah, I mean, have them take a look at it. Maybe it's, I don't know what could be on my end that's causing it, but every time the quiz pops up, I'm going to click, oh yeah, do the quiz, and then the pop-up for the login shows up, and I can't close it. If I do this and go back to quiz.vfriends.com, it's like thinking. Again, this could partially be because of the crash of the graphics card. It causes some weird issues. Oh, there was a way to do it on the main menu, tech? I didn't see it up there. Let me try that again. So it says I'm logged in. This is not the account I created on... No, it is. Okay. So where do I go? Menu. About characters. Maybe it's just under characters? No, that's a search. Does it, Randy? See? Okay, it's not just me. Quiz in the menu. Wait, are you sure you saw quiz, or you just assume it's there? Trading cards. See, I don't see quiz. I would think it would be under characters. Like, find out which one you are. Yo, Miss Jessie Star, what's up? No worries. I was laughing and mentioned your name earlier because I was poor Tech got sick, and I was like, well, I try really hard not to get sick at cons. Ask Ben and Miss Jessie Star constantly harassing me about getting sick at cons, but so far so good on this one. Just look up VFriends quiz in Google search and see what happens. Yeah, that's the problem, is if I go to it directly, click the first link, says Shep. First link? In the Google search. That's the problem. Because if I go there, it's like it doesn't remember that I'm logged in. And then wants me to log in. Yeah, quiz.vfriends.com. I can see the URL there. So I click there. Takes me there. Before I can click the button, I'm prompted to log in again. And if I put in my email address and hit submit, it'll send the code to my email, but won't let me, it doesn't prompt me to type the code on the screen at all. Like it's caught in some sort of loop, and it will not show me the option to type in the code. All right, good. Hey, we learned something. That's how we learn. And it could have been some small change I made in the background for something else that then caused this. You know, I'm not complaining. I'd love to do the quiz at some point, but yeah, it'd be cool if you guys got a chance to work on it. Try removing the cache. That's a good point. I can do that from here. I know that. Let's see. I can say site settings. Okay, good. Delete data for the site. Gonna refresh. See if it'll refresh. No doubt, Red Ranger. It's always something. Yeah, they did update the site, so it's slightly different. Well, it still thinks I'm logged in. So it didn't clear the cache for that page. I know there's another way to do it. Cookies and site data. Manage on-device site data. Okay. Trash all. Done. Refresh. Okay, now it's got the sign up thing. So now if I go to quiz.vfriends.com. Aha, it's not trying to force me. And we may have found and removed the gremlin. Good call. Hey, what's up, Funko Photo Lady? So I'm gonna start the quiz. There we go, I'm finally in. Beep boop thinking. 8 questions, transmitting a new query for you. Hello, friend. I'm here to help you find the VFriends character that matches your unique energy. Let's get started with the simple question. What's your perfect way to spend a relaxing weekend? Oh, with my wife. At the movies. And good food. Beep boop thinking. We did it. We did it. Tell me about a time you tried something new that was a little outside your comfort zone. Let's see. Oh, karaoke. Which I would never do here. One thing you could talk about for hours. Collectibles. Or movies. Okay, Shep, thank you. When it comes to working on projects, do you prefer to do it by yourself or as part of a team? All by myself. Collectible movies, also a thing. /S. Everything Comic Zombie says, /S. Looking ahead a few years, what's more exciting to you? A life full of new experiences and adventures, or one with deep roots and stability? Oh man, that's tough. Kelly would definitely say new experiences. But I do like stability. I'm going with deep roots and stability. A wolf pack of one. Funko Photo, I don't think we'll be able to. My brother has a full-time job now and is very, very busy. We're at that point. He did not. And also, I may end up taking a job, so I don't think there'll be time. If you encounter a setback, are you more likely to power through it or take a step back and find a different angle? Man, I do both. First thing I do is just stick with it for a while. So which am I more likely to do? We'll call power through. True, Red Ranger. True. When you accomplish something you're proud of, do you prefer sharing the news with others or quietly celebrating yourself? I also do both here. We'll call sharing the news. Proudly share. I do a fair bit of both, but probably more the first. You are gratitude gorilla. Nice, Nadu. When you have an important task, do you prefer to get it done right away or do you work better with a deadline? Oh, better with a deadline. That was 8 questions. Now you should describe your general approach to life as more patient or having a sense of urgency. Oh, patience. I don't want to. There. Patient. It's thinking. There's the beep boop thinking. And gotta log in. Oh boy, hopefully this isn't a loop. I'm gonna just skip away for a second as I log in. Oh good, I'm getting prompted for the code. Let the code come up over here. There it is. I've gotten so many codes. All right. It took it. And I am a... Nope, wrong button. I am a gifted gopher. The real reward is seeing others rise. Oh, I like that a lot. Yes. Gifted Gopher is a great match because your values of family and stability align perfectly with Gifted Gopher's traits of thoughtful generosity and building others up. Your enjoyment of sharing successes resonates with Gifted Gopher's belief in lifting others. What is the Nerds Unite? Lift each other up, treat each other with kindness and respect. It's perfect. It is perfect. Let me share those results. What happens if I go to Twitter and pop this in? We are G Animal Buddies Bros. Oh, yeah, that's right. How cool. I'm tweeting. There we go. I want to be a part of the VFriends community, so I got to tweet. And honestly, I told you, the number of VFriends people who have just followed me in the last week, pretty amazing. So it'll be interesting to see how many of them respond and have something to say about it. Tech said the other gifted character you'd be is one of the biggest characters. Gifted goat. Oh, yeah. How much space does a fungus need to grow? As mushroom as possible. Tarzan Puma got creative crab. I love it. Shep says I'm in. I'm part of the VFriends community. I love it. I love it. So many great people. Official already liked it. All right, gang. Well, it is 2:00. Funko Photo Lady, go to vfriends.com/quiz or quiz.vfriends.com. Yeah, I was just telling everybody else while you're looking at that, My big takeaway from New York Comic Con, I did a full, showed off all the stuff I got at the con, all the prizes I picked up thanks to Priscilla's raffle contest that I won. My big takeaway was VeeFriends is a force. They are growing very fast. Yeah, there's a lot. They're growing very, very fast, and they are, if you're looking for something to support and get into and a community to belong to, if you're looking for collectibles, I just don't think you can go wrong with what all VeeFriends is doing right now. And Gary V leading the charge. It's his brainchild. He was there at the con throughout the weekend. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I'm hoping in the future. And he was right there in the mix. I saw so many selfies with people with him, so many autographs. I was able to get both the silver and the gold pop versions this weekend at the VeeFriends booth and at the Funko booth. And just everyone around it was so kind and nice and inviting and willing to help. And I got followed by so many people. There is a really good community around this already, and it's growing. And I just hope it continues to in a great positive manner. I feel like there's so many things that we can get into in this space with collectibles, and a lot of it turns dark when it just becomes about people making a buck off of it. And there's some of that too here, people making a buck, being able to flip things, but I'm seeing a lot more positive than negative. There's a consistent cougar that would have matched with my username. Oh yeah, right? That'd be crazy, Tarzan Puma, if that's what you got. Yeah, so I think this is a great project with a lot of potential. I think Disney Pinnacle is a great project with a lot of potential. And I've seen some good community there as well in their Discord. Some people are really helping one another out. They're doing some good things. They're building. They're growing. They're learning. Those are two of the things I'm most excited about right now in this time of change where we don't know if there's a future to Droppp or what we're going to get, if there's a future, what we're going to get from it at all. But I'm excited to watch these projects grow and to know that Shep is a part of this. I don't know anybody at Disney Pinnacle. I love that we have Shep in our community who's a direct tie to the company. That's so cool. You're a gentle giant. Hey, another of the G community. That's so cool. Yeah, this is just such a neat thing, and I wish Gary V all the best. You too, Shep. Since this is your life for a while. Hopefully a very, very long time. Like I said, I hope you get to work there as long as you want. That was my big thing from Funko was I wasn't done. I was not done, and unfortunately a change in the world led to me being done against my will, and that really sucks. I would have liked to have gone on my own accord if ever. But, we don't always get those things that we want. We just have to deal with it. So I learned some valuable experiences and some life lessons and more about myself over the last, 5.5 years. 5.5? No, 5. No, 5 in a few months. Yeah. 1 year for you in November. Nice. My first date at Funko technically would have been November 14th back in 2016. I had driven across the country. I had been at the house for about a week. I had some time to just kind of, get accustomed to the area, and that my first day was supposed to be on I think it was a Thursday, November 14th. And I went to get coffee at the place right down the street from it. I was tweeting. I was so excited. You can't imagine how excited I was. And I was I tweeted out my first day, can't wait to get in there and meet with my coworkers. And I tagged Yoko and Cameron and Hillary, I think. And I get a response from Yoko that's well, you're not going to see us today. Something's come up. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm please God, don't say I go in and I'm fired on day one. They made a mistake and I moved across the country for nothing. That'd be the worst. I go in and there had been a flood. A pipe had cracked over the weekend. So maybe it was a Monday then. A pipe had cracked over the weekend and flooded the desks of Hillary, Cameron, Yoko, all their stuff, right? They had to come in early that day and remove all their personal items so that they could get in there and start cleaning the carpets and stuff. I was like, what an omen, right? So I didn't start that day. I came in and Mark, my boss, who I'm still buddies with to this day, he had me fill out my paperwork and get my guidebook or whatever you want to call it, your handbook, and I left. I went home. And so technically I got paid for like a 2-hour shift that day, which is great. Next day I came in and it happened to be my birthday. So I technically started on my birthday, which I thought was a great omen. And we sat down because we didn't have our individual desks, we all got in Mark's office and we had one big desk, one big table, and we put 6 of us at a table because it was who I mentioned and then a couple other members of the team that weren't there for very long and didn't do any on-camera stuff, so you guys probably wouldn't know them. But we sat at the table, and I don't remember why somebody brought it up. They're like, "Oh, we should figure out when to go do birthday meals. When's everybody's birthday?" And I'm sitting there like, they're totally not going to believe me. And we got around to the table. I was like, "Mine's today." And they're like, "No." So I already have my driver's license in my hand. I'm like, "Look." They're like, "No way." So we went and celebrated my birthday. Was it that day or I think we went a couple days later. We went to this great pizza place in Everett and had pizza, but it was so nuts that I started on my birthday. What are the odds? 1 in 365, roughly. 365 and a quarter. I can only inspire to be as good as you. Oh, how sweet. Hubby started his new job. No kidding, Funko Foley. Tell him congratulations. Part of ChrisCon. A group project. Yeah, we called it, what do we call it? We called it Funko North for a while. Because there was already a Funko South. And we're like, we're a startup. This is basically a startup. It was great because I got a chance to get to know people a little better than being segregated to my desk away from everyone else and having to go like oddly approach their desk. Luckily, I already knew Cameron and Yoko, so it was pretty easy. Hillary, I knew a little bit. I'd talked to her a few times, but not a lot. And of course, we got to be good friends. One time I spent $500 on a limo and I didn't even come with a driver. So I spent all that money and have nothing to show for it. That's another good one, Randy. That's great. Funko Photo said, much better pay for a lot less hours. Company is well established and much more organized. I mean, he's put in his time for sure. He earned that. Congrats to him and y'all. That'll be better on the whole family. That's amazing. So glad to hear it. Good things happening to good people. Well, I hate to do it, but I gotta stop here at some point. And I don't think I'm gonna get to play video games today. But I had a great time chatting with y'all about New York Comic Con. For me, this is the only time I'll get to stream officially this week. While I'm at TwitchCon, there will be much more of an opportunity to do some sort of live stream or at least post some good stuff. So I'm going to attempt to do that over the weekend. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be going to the con. I'll also be helping Priscilla a little bit at her booth over in Artist Alley there. I'll try to post as much content as I can. So no stream officially on Friday, no box game on Friday, but I do have a lot more fun prizes now for the box game. So next week, when we get back to it, there'll be fun. I am going to have a Whatnot tomorrow, but not Thursday. If I have it tomorrow, I still have plenty of time Thursday morning to get up and ship everything. Oh, that could be fun, Priscilla, right? Find some boxes. I guess I could bring mine, but that seems like a lot. Yeah, it was a great stream. Thank you to everybody for being here. I absolutely will look for Teagston and tell her everybody said hello. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be looking for anybody that we're familiar with from the stream here. We'll need like a triple box game to make up. We may do more than one. We'll see. Thank you, Boba James. Good to see you as well. Thank you, Savage. It was so good to get to hang out with everybody. Yeah, I saw him. Positive is sick and won't make it. Or her kiddos are sick. That sucks because I know she was looking forward to it too, with being such a key member of the Meld team. She's like their head of marketing, and I really was looking forward to talk to her about that. Say hi to Liz for me too. Yeah, that's right. Liz XP, is that what her TwitchCon or Twitch name is? I haven't been on there in a minute, but yeah, I can't wait. Dreamality's lady, I'll be looking for her for sure. Yeah, Shep, thanks for being here. To everybody that I got to see, it was just a wonderful time. Don't forget to fill out your form for the free NFT. I was right, Liz XP. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Whatnot. If you could swing by, I would really appreciate it. Pop in to the Whatnot, even if you're not going to buy anything. I don't have my theme yet. I'll be working on that this afternoon and tomorrow amidst everything else I've got to do. The NFTs for the Boarding passes will go out soon, but I got to work on this Mac reformat first. What else? Next week, hopefully we get back to like normal schedule for a while. Yeah, I know Dreamality was focusing on YouTube content and not necessarily the streaming side of things, but then he did do some streams again. I don't know where we left off there. I would love to see him as well in person. Hopefully he'll be there. I don't know. I don't know if they're both going or not. But I'll be on the lookout. Let's see what we can raid over to and get out of here. You got a in the chat? What's that about? Welsh Dan is on. We rated him last week. Twitchy Tides is on. I've been winning some prizes in there. Somehow I see it listed twice. That's weird. Oh, it's posted under followed and then suggested collabs. Jay Muse. We haven't rated a Jay in a while. That's awesome. He's playing Call of Duty. Is that Black Ops? We may have to do that. I'm looking to see who else might be. Poppin' Stock's got his channel rolling. I know he's got some changes. If you guys haven't seen, some new things coming up or already underway. Yeah, let's raid J Muse. It's been a while. Oh, does he really, Savage? Interesting. Good to know. So J Muse is playing some Call of Duty. Now you guys know Jay, not always family friendly. The dude's hilarious though. He's super sweet. I've had the pleasure to meet him. Super nice guy. So we'll go right over to him. He's in the thick of it, so he may not see us right away, but hang in there. Everybody drop in a hashtag Sully Raid when we go over. First, let me give you guys some points. Let me see. And I don't want to send this to all platforms. Let me just send this to Twitch. There we go. I'll give everybody 100 points. 54 users. Probably on the rate it'll look like 7 when we go over, based on all the weird things that Twitch is doing these days. But we're going to rate a J. Everybody go have a wonderful time over there. Remember to wash your hands. Check in on somebody you love. Make sure they're doing okay. And above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite. I do have to bring this up in a separate window, I think. I just remembered. Let me go channel. It doesn't bring up the button I need to click over here, but it will bring it up here. All right, here we go. And Nerds Unite. See you guys on Whatnot tomorrow and from TwitchCon this weekend. Have a great one. Bye, everybody. Nerds Unite.
It's been a pleasure, Jay. I got to get back to work.
Yes, Bear. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your day.
See you later, Bear.
Thank you for the raid, Sully. Thank you for the raid. I am going. I got my extended. Let's go, Sully raid. Sully raid. Thank you, Sully, for that. I appreciate it, guys. If you're not following me already from the Sully raid, thank you, Sully. Please hit a follow. Hit a follow.